Tuesday. It is From the Barracks, and we're going to be talking nothing but Pew Pew events. There's going to be some other stuff that we throw in here and all that. I see Mac is waiting in the backstage. He's going to sit back there for a couple minutes. I don't know if he wants to be part of this announcement. But one of the first things I want to talk about, first off, as always, I am Joker for Players Wanted. With me is the man with the hawk, the king of the high kappas, Virtue from Crucible. So we have a great show for you guys tonight. We have a lot of stuff stacked up. We're going to talk about For King of Country. We're going to talk about Bad Blood. We're going to talk about Firestorm 3, Geigerlands. We're going to talk a little bit about RATS Airsoft. I know I did one before, review video, but we're going to talk about them just a little bit more. But always, we like to talk a little bit of airsoft news. And I made a cryptic post yesterday that case dismissed. It kind of helps if you show up to your own hearing that you're calling. So, Virtue, I think you're on mute, or at least I can't hear you.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
There we go. So just before I left and went out of town to come to Syndicate 2, I got this in the mail, which you guys can't see too well. But what it says is, Circuit Court of Monroe County, State of Indiana, Bloomington, Indiana. Braxton Caliglione versus Mark Sirens. It is a summons for a protection order. This piece of human excrement decided that he was going to lie to court and say that I was stalking and harassing him because we decided to put the announcement up of what he did and everything that was down here. So he lied quite a bit, requested that all my guns be taken away. He stated that I was harassing him because I had a phone call conversation with his fiance's parents who were calling because they were concerned about her. And that I was stalking him because I made Facebook videos and posts and everything else. Well, sir, first off, the Indiana Code 35-45-10-1 stalk defined. It has a listing of everything that's there, but the term does not include statutory or constitutionally protected activity. And Indiana Code 35-45-10-2, harassment is defined in the same way with the constitutionally protected activity on there. This stream does airsoft news and related content. That is a constitutionally protected activity, our First Amendment rights. And if you actually would have shown up to your hearing, you would have heard that firsthand from the judge, but it was dismissed. So, yeah, Braxton, here's what I think about your order of protection. Right in the trash.
Nice try.
So, I know. Well, the trash is kind of full.
You get to eat backward.
So, garbage. But with that all being out of the way and said, what you do with the street rather for all of us. You know, nobody actually tells you. The funny thing was, wait, hold on. This one's really great. This part of this.
Steve, you tuned in, therefore it's Stockholm Syndrome.
Yeah, I know, right? Hold on. You're gonna love this. Where is it at? He gives a description of incidences, right? Incident number 4. Online. After restricting Mr. Sirens' access to my online profiles, he's repeatedly accessed them to cause distress. If you block somebody on social media, how the hell do you get around the block to do that? I would love to know. Inquiry minds would love to know, but he hasn't. So, exactly. He's just a piece of garbage that can't accept the fact that he's been outed as a piece of garbage. But, yeah. So that was fun news. I kept that quiet for a while. However, what we're going to do is we're going to talk some events. We're going to talk about King Country. For that, we're going to go ahead and bring in the man behind My Gate Productions, Mac. How you doing today, buddy?
Good. Thanks for having me on.
Always a pleasure having you on. If you guys were wondering, King and Country is this weekend. It's the 14th at Wayne's World of Paintball in Ocala. Here's the link if you guys are still looking to go out there. It looks like it's going to be a decent day of airsoft. I'm obviously closely paying attention to the weather because I don't want to drive 6.5 hours round trip and it's going to rain
long
again.
drive. Yeah, I know. Yeah. Coming down from out of South Florida.
first and foremost, this is a different this is a different sort of event. So why don't you explain a little bit about King and Country for us, if you will?
Yeah, so basically, it's one of our Milsim lights.
Mac, your audio is just a little bit garbled there.
Hang on a minute. Let me get a plug in.
um, there we go. All right. So if you guys are following us on other channels that we have all over the place, understand that we will be promoting other events, not just the Big House Milsim events. We want to grow the community and everything else, and we like it when people go up. So we're really desperately trying to get Mac to come up to Geigerlands. So let's test your audio now, sir.
Okay, is that better?
No, there's like a little bit. Let me try something here. Try now.
Test.
Try it one more time.
Testing.
It's better. It has a little static at the end, but I think everybody can understand you just fine.
Okay. Well. Anyway, yeah. So, King and Country, it is another one of our Milsim light events. It's a Milsim game in terms of missions and general structure, but it's not. You know, we're not going to go out of our way to try to make you miserable. It's probably a little unique that, like all of our Milsim games.
Hold on.
Sometimes we do traditional settings.
Your audio is getting really garbled now. Can you make sure that you're piping through your headphones and not whatever one was before?
Sorry, guys.
It's all right. Hey, look, it's not a from the barracks without somebody having some technical difficulties here.
And it's not us, so
it's not me this time.
I can try a different setup too. Hang on.
I would say if you go to Restream, the settings at the bottom, and make sure your headset's selected. So it's the cog at the bottom. And audio. No sound now.
Good evening, Marty. How you guys doing? We're going to be talking about for King of Country here in just a minute. We're just sorting through
that's awfully nice of you to presume.
Hey now. Let's take the respect that we sometimes get it, all right? Can't hear you yet, Mac. We'll wait for Matt to come back, and then we'll keep going. So for King of Country, it's as if what happened if I guess England and Spain were still fighting over the military, like the militaries of the British Empire and the kings of Spain and France still fought for control over the colonies. I know I'm going to be going up dressed in green. That's what I was requested to come in as, so I'm going to go ahead and have fun playing on green and all that. Take two.
Got to change the audio input again. It sucks. Should have toyed with them.
Yeah, we can hear you. No, man, because we want them to be able to.
Any better?
There we go. Oh, that's perfect. We could actually hear you.
Okay. I'm so sorry about that.
There was like a weird crackling at the end, and all of a sudden your audio just went really garbled when you talked for a while. So,
well, anyway, yeah, like Mark was already starting to introduce. Basically the idea is the King and Country. It's an alternate history where the New World colonies never achieved independence. So you still have all the former European colonial powers still warring over the New World. And this particular one features the Kingdom of England and Spain fighting over a fictional Caribbean island.
Now, about how many players do you have signed up for this event so far?
Right now we're sitting around 50 pre-registered. Usually walk-ons will see close to that number. So I'm hoping we'll be right at around 100.
Okay, awesome. And then you obviously wanted me to come up there and be part of green. That's what you requested, so I'll go ahead and do that. Is there any particular faction that you would like to see get some more love out there?
Either one. Last time I checked, the factions were about equally represented right now. Scenario-wise, it's perfectly appropriate for Spain to have a few more troops. That's why I suggested maybe come out in green. But really, whatever folks are interested in, whether it's more the tan-based or green-based, or if they
Okay.
have just a preference for one or the other.
All right. Awesome. Now, some of your other alternate history events were actually really engrossing and a hell of a lot of fun. I'm hoping that we see more of these come out, that you have more of these types of events, because I always have a blast with the Mind Games production teams, especially when it comes like down to Wasteland, the Wasteland events, because those were a hell of a lot of fun. And we have that, we have your Wasteland event coming up in October, right?
November.
November. Um, man, I just put this.
You
Sorry,
broke it.
I did. I did break it.
So what's the one coming up in November?
That's Wasteland 14, our big Wasteland event for the year.
It sucks because I really want to come to the event. I'm actually going to be down that way this weekend, but I have to go to a convention.
Yeah, no, Wasteland in the November timeframe is great. That's usually close to 200 players, and that's usually we have a lot of out-of-state players come down too.
All right. Sorry, I'm just trying to get this. The links are not working on. There we go. Just try to post to some of the groups for MGP. I've been really slacking lately with the pre-sharing of everywhere else on the sites and all that. So a lot of people don't know you're on today, but when it comes to for King and Country, you're starting at what time again? 9:00 or 10?
And we lost the audio again.
We can't hear you, Mac.
It was fine a second ago.
Echo cancellation feature, and that seemed to kill the sound.
Don't worry about it. You're not echoing at all, so we're not hearing any feedback or anything. So you're actually perfect right now. So what time obviously the gates open at 8 a.m. What time is the first safety brief or the safety brief that everybody needs to know? And what's the deadline that people really need to be out on that field?
Well, the gates will actually be open by 7. We should have registration up and running around 7:30, 7:40. And I usually encourage players to try to be out by 8:15 if they can, just to give them time to check in, load up, and be ready to go. I usually shoot for doing briefing around 9:30 to between 9 and 9:30.
Okay. And game on was at 10:00, right?
Usually. What we do sometimes when we have very large events, we always do it for Wasteland and some of the other big games. Sometimes we'll do more than one safety briefing. So if I see that there's a lot of lollygagging around, I'll do an initial safety briefing, get those players that are ready to go on the field. Then we'll launch a second safety briefing maybe a half hour later.
Okay. And do you have the entire AO this time? Are we sharing again?
I do, yeah. I did talk to Jackie about it because we were right on the fence about were we going to hit our magic 100 number or not. And she was okay with it. She was cool with it. I explained that some of the scenarios were based around a full field, so she was okay with it.
Yeah, I don't want to be shooting paintballers again by accident. That was kind of funny.
Or do you?
No, I mean, look, if I'm going out to play and if I was in the shoes reversed and I'm sitting there, I paid to play for paintball, and all of a sudden I'm getting penned in the back by an airsoft guy, I'd kind of be pissed off myself. So, or if I'm out there playing.
But on that, let me take the opportunity to put out a plug of y'all. People do need to pre-register because we do need to give Jackie usually a appraisal as we get close to an event. Are we going to hit the magic number for a full field or not? And a lot of times we have like 50 walk-ons, and I'm like, guys, if you would just pre-register more people, would be a lot more confident in being able to tell Jackie early on full field or we're going to have to share the field.
Yeah, and I'm sorry that we had all the stuff that was going on. I was literally out of pocket for I was on the road for 11 days. Came home and didn't get COVID, but I got the flu. So I was laid up with the flu for some days. My wife got COVID while I was out of town. and we've just been dealing with like getting everything set up for Geigerlands and everything else.
Oh, sure.
Some changes happened up at the prison, which we're really excited for, and everything else. Um, and for future. Marty, are you talking about for King and Country? Yes. That is right here on my game's production page. Mac is pretty good about uploading that information each time it comes up. He's got quite a few awesome events that go through. Now he's mostly primarily Florida based, but we are trying to convince him to drag him up to Pennsylvania to come play with us up there at the prison.
That looks like a lot of fun.
And I see that Rattler's Rage is going to be there, and they're pre-registered, so that's
Nice.
good to know. Monte, I'll tell you about Firestorm when we get to that segment tonight. So it should be a lot of fun. We should have a lot of open stuff that's there. Thank you, sir. East Coast is the best coast.
East side.
Yeah, East Side.
Wow.
Rattler's Rage has a question for you, Matt. Can our photographer come? You shut the hell up,
Absolutely.
all right?
Yeah, absolutely. No, it's always great to have photographers out there. Just do please have them check in at the front so we can make sure they have waivers and give them a wristband. And we do have some photographer vests if they want to borrow one. Or unless they really want to go as an embedded photographer. We haven't had photographers do that in quite a while. But we used to have photographers that would actually ran as like embedded media, kind of in character. And so they were like interviewing players in the middle of the war zone, and haven't had that in a while, but that was cool.
That's how you lose the camera.
I would laugh my
Yeah.
ass off if somebody came up to me because they would start saying, "So, how's the work going for you? Get your ass down."
No, that was great. We used to have great footage like that. Yeah.
Yeah, somebody did that at Bad Blood one year. I was in the middle of yelling at people, and then bam, there's a camera in my face, and the guy's asking me questions.
We could
cool.
do that. She's good at. That's awesome. So, go ahead.
Oh no, I was just saying. Yeah, I mean, if they do, it is a fun element. I mean, still camera. Obviously, it's a different experience than if someone's actually doing video camera. When someone's videotaping, it is actually cool because then you get that live feedback, and some of the players, just give whatever answer they give, but some of them do kind of get in character, and you get some really choice footage that way sometimes.
Yeah, we actually had at Syndicate, we had a couple of people that one guy he was a combat reporter, and that guy was going around, he was getting down in there, and he was actually doing that. I don't know if he ever got captured like he wanted to get captured, but he actually got some pretty good shots running around doing the cool stuff with that. So I like to see when photographers really get into the mix. So I'm looking forward to coming up. Hopefully the weather holds. If it goes above 40%, I'm probably not going to come up, only because I don't want to run the risk of getting up there and only having 3 hours of gameplay then going home. Because I'm going to be driving up day of. So I'll be leaving my house at like right around 5 in the morning.
Do we ever have less than a 40% chance of rain?
Well, actually, for like if this was Friday, it looks like it's going to be beautiful weather up there. What was it, like 70%, 70 degrees or something like that? Hold on, I'll tell you.
Oh wow, that'd be nice.
Daily. Yeah, if it was Friday, I'm sorry, it was 84 with the low of 63. Oh wait, never mind. It's a 19% chance of rain. Friday's at 32, so that was transcribed. So it looks like it's going to be a good day of airsoft.
Good.
19% chance of rain. I'll take that risk.
I'm confused. I didn't think it stopped raining in Florida.
No, see, it always rains at 2:00. So you just go into a shade, wait 15 minutes, and then you can go on all the rides. It's a Disney rule. It always seems to have that effect in Florida, especially starting pretty much this month. It starts to get hot over the Everglades, and then it comes from west to east, and we get hit with the afternoon showers, and they're usually fast-paced and everything else. But the only reason why I didn't come up to Wasteland 13.5 was because of the weather, and I'm glad I did.
And we did get a good bit of rain in the end, yeah.
Yeah, I saw some of that. That was actually pretty awesome and excellent. So it's $40 at the door for King and Country, right?
It is, yeah. Pre-registration is still live until about 11:30 p.m. on Thursday. So, save $5. Go ahead and sign up early.
yeah, guys. I mean, if you guys are really interested in having a good time, I'm going to be running on green, which is Spain, right?
Yes. Yeah.
That I thought was weird, by the way. I was like, Spain to me just screams tan. I was going to say
Well,
brown, but then this guy would start like with the eyes. Yeah. So I was kind of surprised that it was like Spain was green, but
well, I could have gone with either one, but like I mentioned in that text, I know there are floating around surplus British multicam uniforms with a UK flag on it. So, in the chance that somebody might actually have some.
hey, it makes it easy for them to have their kits, right?
What
Well,
about
no,
brown?
I know. Oddball's really excited about bringing out his L85. So,
Oh dear God!
Look, I'm just bringing out the Yokal. So the typical pyro, are they allowed to use smoke grenades and stuff like that? I know sometimes that's a restriction.
yes, as a matter of fact, my understanding is that Wayne's World has been lightening up their smoke regulations a little bit. You still need to have, there still need to be players in the area while the smoke is burning, but it no longer needs to be admin thrown smoke. So players can throw their own smoke. There just need to be players still in the area to keep an eye on it while it's burning. Still needs to be cold burning. Don't throw it into buildings, but we're seeing more and more of it. And Jonathan from Warzone will be out there. He usually brings a bunch of smoke to sell.
Yeah, he has all the boom booms and everything else.
Mhm.
So if you guys are looking to pick up some stuff, Jonathan usually has some pretty good stuff out there for you guys to be able to pick up. No, not be bringing brisket this time, guys. When it comes down to these 1-day events, that's a lot of prep and everything else. And honestly, I forgot King and Country was this weekend. I thought it was actually, for some reason, I thought it was next weekend. So it's like I didn't even have prep. I don't have prep work done for it. So now I got to get all my stuff out, get all lined up, make sure everything's charged, ready to go. I'm gonna have to get I'm down to only one Hero 7 black because somebody took out mine. It not only got the outer lens, but it got the inner lens too. So
Oh,
yeah, that was a pretty strong shot from that gun. I was impressed. But we'll definitely be out there. We're running and have a good time. For King of Country, is Wasteland the next game?
Wasteland's the next thing on the schedule right now, but I wouldn't rule out us dropping something in the summer. Maybe a counter narcotics or something like that. You know, good reason why it's hot as shit. So
I love it when Matt comes on because he's like, and we know all about those cartel games, right?
Yeah.
oh, they're fun. We used to. I mean, years ago, we used to have a tradition of always dropping a Vietnam game, like right in July or August, and it was beautifully miserable. It was great.
Well, it was really funny because when we were up at Syndicate, I was given, like, somebody made a whole bunch of fake drugs, and
Mhm.
I was driving to go get lunch, and they said, here's the drugs. So I took it and I threw it on my dash without even thinking about it. I pull in through the drive-through.
Let's see where that's
The
going.
lady goes to give me this stuff, and she looks at looks at me, looks at me, and she goes, and I go, what? And she goes, what's that? And I look over, it's like, oh, it's just props, it's fake. I take my food and drive away.
With his Florida license plate.
With my Florida license plate. Hawaiian shirt on, like the whole 9 yards. I was like, don't worry about that. That's fake. I became known as the drug guy when I came back on Friday and Saturday. They're like, "You doing something?" I was like, "Yeah, we're having an event up at the prison. It's a cartel based game." And they're like, "Oh," I was like, "Yeah, it's called Syndicate." That game was a lot of fun. So we allowed prisoners to be taken at that event,
Mhm.
and for players, the regular players, they were considered disarmed as soon as you came up and you medicked them for 15 seconds. It was the only time we allowed count medics to happen is if you're taking somebody prisoner, and they're considered disarmed and everything else. Hey, screw you, Greg. Just because you're not on here doesn't mean you get to throw jabs.
Actually,
could
because
be
he's not
here.
on here does mean he gets to throw shade.
You shut the hell up. So the players are considered disarmed. There's only one exception, and that was for Nikolai and Nicolo. So I was Nikolai. You had to physically disarm me, and you had to physically take me back. I'm the only person that could fight back and everything else, including Nicolo. And the levels of pushing, fighting, screaming, I'm not going, and everything else were absolutely epic and a hell of a lot of fun. I can't wait to do it again
He was
because
screaming so loud. I'm on the other side of the AO when I hear it, and I was like, "Do we need a medic?" And somebody goes, "No, it's just Nikolai getting taken." I was like, "Oh, wow."
at one point they had 6 guys trying to hold me down, and all of a sudden I just did this whole like I had my arms underneath me real well, so I just lifted. I was like, "Rah!" And I was 2 more guys jump on top of me. Cartel didn't search me adequately enough. I had a white hater hidden up underneath my padded shirt. They got the grenades. They got the first guy that took me didn't get the knife out of my sheath. So as soon as he met me up, I knifed the 2 guys. They said, "Well, we learned that lesson." So they turned around and made sure they got my rifle and they got my knife off me. And they're going to take the grenades out of the pouch. I was like, "We're going to consider them taken. Just don't take those out. I want those to stay on me." They took me all the way back to their CP, and there's this guy just standing there, like, "Where do we take him?" He goes, "I don't know, I guess in there." And as they go walking up, I reach out and I smack off one of his grenades. It was such a great time. Yeah, Papa threatened to light a grenade off in my crotch. It was pretty epic. I was able to stab him and Garcia and John Logan, though, because Garcia and them were trying to carry me away, and I was able to free an arm and grab the knife off them and stabbed them. I must have grabbed 8 or 9 different weapons from the 4 times I was taken, and I used them against people there. So DEA really caught wind of just how bad I'd fight against it. So they damn near strip searched me. When I came out of that building, my pants were undone. The only thing holding my pants up was my belt. Even then, I almost got a hold of somebody's katana that they had. It was an actual epic time with taking prisoners with that level of interaction. So that's definitely going to be a staple for our games in the future about taking prisoners because it adds such a unique element to the game.
Nice.
And not many people were doing it, and that was actually an idea that I stole from Dead End Outfitters from their North vs. South 3 game. So credit where credit's due.
We borrowed it.
Oh, that's right. Stealing implies criminal activity.
Exactly.
Ever wonder why Mark was singing soprano? Dude, they tried to give me a super wedgie. I don't know what you're talking about, man. They grabbed me and lifted, tried to keep my toes up off the ground, but I'm taller than most guys, so they can only do it every once in a while. But it was hilarious. I think he's trying to say thief, but we give credit where credit is due. We got that idea from Papa from Dead End Outfitters, and it was a great rule set. It works really awesome. My safe word was pineapple juice, and I had to use that more than once because I'm an old man. One point, this shoulder, ever since Damien had his issues with his medication, I heard it. So all of a sudden the guy gets it. He goes, "You're not getting away." He pulls my arm out. I was like, pineapple juice. Now that hurt. But now, actually, since that happened, it's not as bad anymore. So I guess whatever they
He's
did.
a combat chiropractor. You were talking about it.
Oh yeah, Bulldog jumped on my back because I was going up there, and I had to get him off my back by yelling pineapple juice. I got slammed to the ground. I got waterboarded, Mac. They took a bottle of water and waterboarded me.
Great.
Couldn't have happened to a nicer guy.
You have your other one inside the main fridge. Thanks.
Yeah, I remember one time for a America game years ago, we were taking prisoners. We gave the Gestapo one of those TENS units.
I have one of those. I have 2 of those actually now.
So yeah, we made sure that players had a safe word, but we were trying to see how much they could resist for interrogation.
Dude, I had when I had the TENS unit for the first time. Funny segue. I put that thing on my back and I jacked it up as high as I can go. I can only go about halfway, and I'm like, all right, I'm at my peak. My wife refused to put it on her body because she thought she was going to get electrocuted. She had a sciatic nerve problem, like when I was out of town. And she goes, "All right." She goes, "You're going to laugh when you say this, but I'm buying a tens." I laughed my ass off. And she goes, "Not funny." So she tried it for the first time. She goes, "Okay, it fucking works." I was like, "Did you get electrocuted?" No. Hey, Chris, are you doing anything this weekend? Because King and Country at Wayne's World. Let's go play some games, brother. Grab your green stuff. Let's play. Um, so, Mac, why don't you take the reins and talk just a little bit more about any other game you have coming? I got to go deal with a problem that's in the next room over. I'll be right back.
Sure, sure. Well, like I said, we've got King and Country coming up, Wasteland 14 in November. We'll probably drop something in the summer. One thing that, I'll mention that I've been thinking about doing for a while, but I don't know if I want to do it in the summer. I've been doing a lot more medical classes, real world medical classes. We've got an abridged version of the TCCC. We've condensed down to about a 2.5 hour, 3 hour classroom portion, and then about a 5 hour practicals. It's not the full 3-day TCCC class by any stretch, but it's something we can do for a pretty solid day of some very immersive real world kind of training if anybody's interested in that. I thought about offering that some of the hardcore Milsim guys before, maybe like if we can get like maybe even a dozen to 15 players out there for it. That would probably be a great size for the class, very manageable and a good size for the class.
I mean, it sounds amazing, and honestly, you can actually use it as an opportunity to do. I cannot remember what they're called, but I had to do it when I was in the Army. They gave me a card with injuries and stuck me in some rubble.
Oh, oh God, what is that called? I just had it in my head and I lost it. The mortality card?
Yeah. And
Casualty card.
cards.
Casualty
Casualty
card.
Cards, yeah.
Yeah,
I was
and
like-
the National Guard guys rushed
Yeah,
over. And
Yeah, that's what we use for the live training class, for the live training portion. After we've done the classroom portion, we'll pre-designate specific casualties for that particular scenario, and we give them a casualty card in advance. And then they'll role play out, and that's going to challenge the students also to identify what the injuries are, make sure they don't overlook any injuries, recognize what needs to be pulled out of their IFAC, how do they treat it, and it's also very under stress because usually there's still shooters that are active. They have to take out the shooters initially before they can really start delivering the field care, and they have to be diagnosing moving under a timeline because we've also given the casualties certain time hacks that if certain wounds are not treated in a certain amount of time, they will expire. So it's a pretty intense class that we've put together.
You know, Greg, the only thing you have to say is send me a link, and you could be part of this stream. Just saying. All of it sounds like all the stuff. I heard some of it. Sorry, I had to go deal with the boy who's really getting really upset at the video game that he's playing. So much so that it's carrying through 2 doors through my headset. Had to deal with that real quick. But I'm looking forward to being out there. So, guys, if you want to fight with me, choose any color. Choose green. Spain. If you want to fight against me, which I know a whole lot of you want to, choose any color, any faction but Spain. We'll have a good time out there. Oh, is melee weapons allowed?
Not really encouraging it. I mean, rubber knife's absolutely fine, but I'm not really. This isn't really like a boffer game.
No, I was talking about boffer. I was mostly talking about the
rubber knives, absolutely, yeah.
Because I'm carrying always on me now whenever I go out.
Rubber knives are always welcomed.
So, unfortunately, guys, I will not be running my Hawaiian shirts. I will be running. I need you job with weekends off. Yes, you do, Chris, because we need a pew a hell of a lot more, sir. But Mac, thank you very much for coming on. If you want to stick around, we're going to start talking about some other games and all that. But I know that you're a very busy man and that you have stuff to do sometimes. And you don't have a time to stick around. So
yeah, actually, I've still got some props to finish up for the game, so I'm going to duck out if you don't mind. Finish up a couple of those, but I'll see you this weekend, hopefully.
Thank you very much. Hopefully, if it stays at 19%, I'll definitely be up there. I might come strolling in right at your first safety brief, but I'll try to get up there as early as possible.
Understand.
So, thanks a lot, Mac, for coming on, and I'll see you this weekend.
Thanks for having me on. Thanks.
Mm-hmm. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, one more time, let's go ahead and hit up the if you're in the area or if you just want to have a nice one-day game, come on down to Wayne's World in Ocala. Let's check out the My Games production for King of Country. I'm sorry, Mac. I thought you were done, so I took you out. So
Oh,
thank you very much for coming on.
yeah.
All
No.
right.
I was just meant to. Thanks to you. Thanks, guys.
All right, you're welcome. Bye-bye.
Always a pleasure having him on. He always reminds me of Skinny Jin Gaffigan.
It's so with that being said, we're going to move on to the next event that we want to talk about, which is one that both Virtue and I look forward every single year, which is Bad Blood 2022. So if you guys don't know what Bad Blood is, it's pretty much it's a 4-army game. So 250 people per side, 1,000 people out on the field, 4 major armies that are moving all across this massive AO that has so many really cool fields that are engrossed on it. So you are sitting so still with your eyes open and not moving. I swear I thought you froze.
Sorry. Yeah, no, but it's insane. Like it's literally like playing in a video game because you move from like a grassy knoll into a city into a freaking castle, the airstrip. Like there's so much going on, and it's a great game. It's honestly, one of the highlights of my year.
It's definitely the highlight of one of the highlights of my year because the events that we go through and we do. This one is a low cost entry. It's only $50. The amount of guns that are raffled off because it's considered a charity event. E-Bike brings a lot of stuff out there to raffle off. Last year it was 22 guns, right?
22 guns provided by eBay. Amp provided a lot. Jackal Tactical provided a lot. Like every vendor, it was massive. Like I said, it's one of the few games of the year where you can pay $50 and actually come out net positive in equipment.
Yeah, it was really awesome. Just how much stuff goes out there, and each faction has their own specific sort of play style. So Green moves around quite a bit. And he is the Green CO. Virtue, my lovely target that I go after every single time. He will be my target moving forward every single time. I will get your stamp again this year, sir.
If you hear me screaming hate crime on the field, it's because Mark somehow managed to sneak his way through.
Really? I want to hear that again. I just want to hear that.
You just said you were going to target me every time from now on.
Hell yes, because I'm going to... First off, I like stamps. I like collecting all the samples. I got the most samples of anybody out for last year. Nobody else did as much as I did. Because I walked right into you, right over, waiting for you guys. And the funny thing was, one of your guys just knifed Rooster, suspecting he was up to no good, left me alone to come up and target our profile.
They know what's up. They know what's up. You and your racial profiling.
Who doesn't like collection stuff? Exactly. So, that's weird. I have this weird little cow.
Yeah, I know. You zoom in, and I'm like,
That's what side is it on? There it is. Oh well.
But yeah, so like he was saying, every team has their own style of play. Green, we try to do area control. Tan, the Marxists have the Zerg Rush. It's a rolling brown tide.
Mm-hmm. And either you get out of the way or get steamrolled.
They will shoot their own players who slow down just to keep going.
I did not believe this, right? I did not believe this when I first heard this. And I was like, you're really going to shoot players that don't move? And he goes, absolutely. First 15 minutes or 20 minutes of the game, everybody's moving, everybody's going up. We get, this was in 2019, we get to the rows of the pine tree forest, right? Rows of pine trees. I go up there. I just got done like shooting at a whole bunch of people. As I run up, I go reloading, take a knee, take my mag out, and pop in my back. I turn around. There's Chef saying, move, you're hit, move. I was like, really? I was fucking reloading.
You gotta learn. I played on Marx's first couple times I went, and you got to learn to run and reload at the same time, or your teammates will shoot you.
Well, the funny thing is the only reason why the Marxist had gone up that far is because I was the guy that charged to that point, and then everybody followed up behind me, and then, yeah, I was the guy that did like 8 or 9 rushes through the pine forest, like leading the way,
So if you're
and
looking to do your cardio, go Marxist.
yeah, yeah, that's where
Um,
we met. I met 2 of my team members there, the Patton brothers, Casper and Preacher. Um, they were there. This event builds a huge amount of community. There's going to be a Friday night game. There's going to be I believe, a Saturday night game too,
yeah,
as
Saturday
well.
night games on the schedule. So
Yeah,
essentially, you're paying $50 and you're getting like 3 games out of it.
yeah. So it's going to be pretty awesome. And then Sunday is the Dead Blood game, which is about an hour and a half long, and it's a zombie game. And pretty much that's only for like your springers and your pistols, your Jagarm scatter guns. No M4s or anything like that will be allowed out. They even removed the SMG classes
Yep.
from it,
Um,
which was great because I remember in 2019 when we were inside the castle, that was a problem.
yeah, it's meant to be a low-powered, fun game. Like it's not meant to,
I could tell you right now, the amount of bodies that were crawling over each other when we were in that castle for the zombie game was absolutely fantastic. It was hilarious. It actually made you feel like World War Z happened because people were literally just going, "Groar!" and you're sitting there shooting them, and it's like,
Yeah.
fuck, I'm in a
Somebody
corner.
tried to do a human pile pyramid to get up the side of the castle, and I had to break it up. But yeah, so and then you also have the black shirts. If you enjoy campfires and hanging out, go black shirts. They'll set up in the castle and bring some lawn chairs. Um, they're not here to defend themselves, so I'm going to continue to make fun of them.
Hey, that's what happened last year. That's
Yeah.
what happened in 2019. So
You have Deus Ex, which is for more or less the hardcore Milsimmers. They operate with tactics. They're a small unit, and they're the weirdest batch on the field because you will be in a heated, all-out knuckle dragon battle between 2 teams, and out of nowhere, half the field gets wiped because Deus Ex popped out of some bushes somewhere, hit, and took off.
it was really funny because we were
No,
told.
Chris, no.
We were told specifically that there were going to be no alliances this year. There was going to be none of the play nice bullshit or anything else because that's what happens evidently in other years. So it's like, okay, cool, whatever. So whenever somebody tells me shoot the enemy, if I see the enemy faction, I'm going to shoot it. I don't give a damn what things or anything else are there. My job is to shoot people. And freaking, wouldn't you know it, but a bunch of Deus Ex were camped out right where our pool noodle was. They were like maybe 30, 40 yards away. So I go to the backside of the castle, and there's these Deus Ex guys just kneeling there. So I just come up, pop, 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 pop. And they're like, what the hell, man? What the hell? And I was like, dude, you're hit. No, take a shot. You said you weren't going up. I was like, who said that? I didn't say that. Did you say that? I didn't say that. Yeah.
It's a great game. I think Green is the only team that sold out so far, so there's still chances to play anything else. I take no credit or blame for that. Use my low power. Dude, I'm running chrono, and I'm telling you right now, if you show it with a Dan Wesson, I'm just going to point you to the back of the line. Because even those low power shells are way too hot for that game.
One down.
And then you have Tribal running around the field, which is an invite-only faction. They're designed to facilitate gameplay. They'll be running around in Hawaiian shirts, so you can shoot them. They'll probably shoot you.
Mm-hmm. Until you get within their location, then they essentially have to work for you until you leave the location. So, yeah. Let's see here. To give an idea of... I'm sure this is going to be a little bit jittery, guys. I'm sorry. You know what? I'm going to try it this way. Instead of playing it off of... Let's try seeing if it plays better from video storage. Or local video. There we go. We're gonna play a couple of clips from Bad Blood because the show, like, this is from Bad Blood 2021. Let's see.
Go, go, go! Oh, this is my jam, baby!
Oh man! Hold on a second. Wait a second. A BB went right in front of my face. I want to try that again. Hold on.
Go, go, go! Oh, this is my jam, baby!
I gotta play that back.
I saw it.
Yeah, it's like a blink and you miss it moment.
Take her! Take her! Right in front of you! Black barrels!
Bert, are you trying to sell a $50 ticket for $80?
That's like just part of it. But did I do a second run? Yeah, I'll close that one out, and I'm gonna pull up another. I'll find another video here real quick, because it's. Let's see here.
Well, if you want a green ticket, apparently Gert's selling his for $80. That's a nice markup there.
Yeah, so that's the thing. Like, a lot of times people are like, when I go running and I go playing and all that, it's one of those things, like Virtue even had to say that, hey, he's not getting hit because he'll just call it. You probably missed. And that's probably one of the guys that was shooting at me and thought that they hit me because they shot at me, and you could see it going right past my camera. That's awesome.
It's like, even when Joker does get hit, you got to give him a minute to slow down.
Yeah, I'm like a freight train, man. When I get up to speed, I'm cruising. When I need to hit the brakes, it takes me a while to stop. These logs sucked, for the record. So this is the ravine.
Fuck.
And those were ouchie bushes.
To the left, to the left. That group of trees to the left, you see it?
The group of trees to the left, next to the other trees.
Well,
fuck.
You can do it. I have faith in you. You can get up that log.
oh, I did. Fuck you,
Rooster.
Greg. Screw you, Greg. That's all I gotta say, man.
Watch your left. Watch your left.
You see this nonsense?
Yeah, I saw it. Doesn't make him wrong.
You know what? That's it. That's it. Just that's it. And of course, the highlight for every single Bad Blood.
Yep, that's me. You're probably wondering how I ended up in this situation.
Wait a second.
You guys took up to the field off, and I was gonna take your CO out.
Bye. You did.
That was good. I got what you meant.
Thank you for not.
No.
saying anything.
I'm dead. Just go up and get him.
Which one? The one with the blue green beret?
Guy.
Really? Did I just shoot you right there? No. You walked right there. I got pretty sure I got you in the leg. Me? Her.
You hit me. I did not feel that. Did you see him hit me?
I swear. I swear. I'm not gonna, because I would have.
No, I would call it if you hit me. Maybe you hit my strap or something.
Are you adequately chastised, sir?
All I have to say is Rooster, dead men don't talk. Shut up.
Yeah. The funny thing is, I knew who my target was, and then he said something, and I'm like, who? No, the guy in the green beret, right? Yeah. No, I'm not wearing a respirator, you jackass. I mean,
Darth Vader.
So a lot of people just don't realize this, how awesome this field is. You really don't get I mean, I don't think I have enough video or clips on this computer to show you from the first event, so I can give, and I probably need to do that, you know, just like get the different fields of EMR Event Park, because you have grass that's chest high, or in Papa's case, it's way over his head. So he could just disappear and look like he's a raptor running through the grasses. There is there's the pine forest, which is rows of pine trees. You then have the maple forest and the maple trees or oak trees and all that. You have 2 castles, but one is never used. So I'm just thinking about there. You have the ravine. You have the airstrip. You have Tipman Town. And you have that space that's sort of like a weird gap between the ravine and Tipman. You know what I'm talking about? You have the ravine. Then you have that other area where the logs were. You know, it's like
there's also a swamp area off into the back corner where nobody ever goes unless you're trying to be a sneaky bastard.
Yeah. Is that plural? Yes, it is. The grasses, because it starts in one spot, almost stops, and then they have another spot where they actually have a helicopter in. So it looks like you're in the grasses of Vietnam.
Yeah, it's like a fire break and then more grass.
2 mouses. The grasses. You know,
sir, it's meese and mouse.
Meese, I love my Mises to pieces. It was that AO, if you have not had an opportunity to experience it, it should be on everybody's bucket list of fields to visit. On mine, it's EMR Event Park. You have to hit at least once when it comes down to where actual fields that you guys should go to. You should try out Miami Airsoft at least once to see if you like it. You should try out MK Airsoft, Southern Tactical Airsoft Games, or STAG. You should try out SNS Airsoft to see. I mean, it's a small field, but that theme is badass. And Black Ops Airsoft is also really awesome. That's another field that you guys that people should try to go to an event at least once at these. And then Gunny's Warfare Center. And of course, the one that we're going to be talking at the end is going to be RATS Airsoft, because that's a brand new field that I went to on my way up. Grasses is correct. Thank you.
The things that
Brady
happen on this chat channel, man.
Oh, Brady the Council is one of the guys that captured me in the basement. The second time that DEA captured me. He's the guy that had a hold of my legs and everything else, and was adequately going through to trying to strip search me by emptying out all of my pouches.
He was responsible for the cavity search. Got it.
You know, it was funny when I came walking out and they said your pants are undone.
So did he buy you dinner first, or was it?
They were very, 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 very eager to capture me. Let's just put it that way. When they heard capturing a prisoner at the prison, I guess they assumed that everybody had to have those cavity searches done, and they were getting really into character. The other unique thing I think about this is the way that they do respawns. There is no medic rule. So as soon as you get shot, you go back to either your original starting point, or they have mobile spawns. And those mobile spawns are delineated by a pool noodle. So you go to your side's pool noodle every 10 minutes. there's a respawn. So at 1 o'clock, there's a respawn. 1:10, there's a respawn. 1:20, 1:30, 1:40, 2 o'clock. So it goes like that nonstop. So there really is no way for people to simply go back and jump through. There's not a lot of that nonsense of, oh, are you alive? Are you dead? What's up with that? You know when somebody's alive or dead because they're either charging out of their spawns or they have their hands up and walk back up. So yeah, I was telling you the rag with the player logo on it. That's awesome. So this event is a hell of a lot of fun when you go through and doing it, and then you're collecting essentially these stamps, which are biological samples. So you got to get a stamp, put them on there on a piece of paper, and get all the side that has the most stamps ends up winning bad blood. And again, there's different tactics that people use and everything else when it comes down to those events. So it was a hell of a lot of it. Bad blood is a hell of a lot of fun. And to be frank, the price point is awesome. Now, I know the campsites are starting to sell out pretty quick. I think most of the bunkhouses are sold out.
Last I checked, there's like 3 bunkhouses left. Campsites were almost all gone to the point where you can only buy 1 campsite now instead of buying multiple.
We need to put Joker's stamp log in a water tube quarter this year. Look, it was in my pocket. What can I say? What do you expect? What do you expect?
It was moist.
It was. Why is it all wet?
That was so gross.
I just hiked my happy ass all the way up to you to take you out. So
to be fair, he was the only one to actually get my stamp that weekend. There were several attempts.
Rooster tried. Yeah, he failed.
Rooster tried another. It was like a 10-man squad came rushing out of the woods at me and got gunned down because they had poor timing. They showed up right when our spawn released and literally ran into a wall of green.
Oh, I know when that was. That was the second time I was leading that charge. I was coming for you because I was like, he's right over there. And they paused. If they just would have charged, like I said, and just went through the hail of BBs that was there, they would have ran up. They would have been able to get you just before that. Fuck. Yeah, that one drove me up the wall a little bit. But hey, I got your stamp. I was happy.
No, that charge was hilarious because somebody's like, they're charging us. I was like, well, shoot them.
What do we do, sir? They're charging at us. They're shooting at us. Do you have a gun? Yes. Shoot back. We could do that.
I got to use one of my favorite quotes of all time. That last Bad Blood was somebody's like, "We're surrounded," and I went, "Good, we can fire in any direction."
Oh God, it's so much greatness that happened. I was, yeah. I guess people are gonna have to be careful about me. What do you? I'm not giving away my tactics of what I'm gonna do. I have a plan to take you guys out.
Mm-hmm.
I do.
Yep. I'm packing the Carl Gustav just for you.
I got plans, sir. I got plans.
But yeah, it's an amazing event for the price point cannot be argued for what you pay and what you get. It's absurd. Like the first time somebody told me like all the details, and I was like, "Yeah, right."
Oh. Wait, we forgot to mention something important. There's going to be a live band playing Saturday night.
Yeah. I wonder where they got that from.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's going to be a live band playing at Bad Blood this year. A local, I do believe he said pop punk band.
They play stuff, I guess, was like, what do they say, Nickelback?
Oh, God, I hope not.
No, I don't think it was Nickelback.
Sir, that's called crotch rock.
Whatever.
But yeah, Bad Blood, man. If you can make it, come on out. Even if you can't get on the team, you want. Like I tell people all the time because people are asking about green tickets. Just pick a ticket, come out and have fun.
It's definitely going to be a fun time. I'm going to be on Marxist. Skippy over here is going to be on. Man, I'm doing really bad with the gestures today. Skippy over here is going to be the green CO. So again, if you want to shoot at me, any color but Marxist. If you want to shoot with me, Marxist. And no, I will not be wearing a Hawaiian shirt, so it's going to be kind of hard to pick me out in the crowd because I sort of blend in.
I'm surprised you don't own a tan Hawaiian shirt.
I have not found one I liked yet, to be honest. I sort of need to find like a, I saw a multicam one once. I was like, that actually looks not bad. But I was like, nah.
I wonder.
All right.
They make an M81 Hawaiian shirt.
I think I saw before. You're talking about the green M81?
Yeah.
Yeah. That I've seen before. And I was like, So I might be sporting that at one of the events coming soon. But I know that any Milsim event I go to, like some of the more serious guys are going to be like, fucking really?
It's the crybabies again.
So that's why when I go to Mac's event, I'm going to be wearing my combat shirt and everything else. When I go to Bad Blood, I'll wear stuff that's more Milsim-y instead of, this like my goofball stuff and all that. Don't worry for all you guys coming out to the Big House Milsim events. I will always be rocking the Hawaiian shirts. So be ready for those.
I will no longer be rocking the green shirt.
I know. Well, I mean, I guess you could always I guess after Geigerlands, if you decide that you want to go on there, we can. I mean, Christian does take over as soon as the game goes live. Just saying.
I know, but it's a conflict of interest for me. So I will be rocking a red shirt.
Rocking that red shirt. Check your messenger. You said.
I'm on it. No, since you didn't call me today, like you said.
And I'm sorry, Greg, I didn't call you today. I've been extremely busy getting stuff set up. I have to come up with these entire stream ideas all by myself now. All by myself. So moving right along, because I mean, man, we're staying focused and we're staying on point today. This is awesome.
I mean, I can derail this if you want. I do still have my lightsaber to play with.
And no, that's okay. The next topic we're going to talk about. Brother, it's just been a busy day. I was literally on the phone all morning today. So by the time I realized that I should have called you, it was like 5 o'clock. And of course, that's always like the last minute cutting up video for the for whatever we're doing on stream. So I meant to call you today, but totally missed out. So once again, if you guys want, go ahead and check out Bad Blood 2022. It's in New Milford, Pennsylvania. It's north central Pennsylvania, so the central part of the state, but way north. It's an experience. A lot of awesome people are out there. I can't wait to hang out with some of the people that go. I am bringing brisket, so I'm going to smoke one brisket. It's going to be first come, first serve again. So come hang out with us, guys. Come check out the smoked meats. I believe the Amazon is coming with me. So as much as she loves going to Pennsylvania, let me tell you, she loves it so much. So that is going to be June 25th through the 26th in New Milford, Pennsylvania. Now, for the next event, we're going to talk about, which goes to answer the question somebody asked earlier, what side am I going on for Firestorm 3? I forgot who asked that question. I'm looking for it right now.
It's down in there, man.
I know, it's way up there. I think it was it Marty? No, it wasn't Marty. Oh, Monte. What side was I planning on going for Firestorm? Unfortunately, Firestorm 3 is the same weekend as Bad Blood. And I've committed myself to the Bad Blood series moving forward. I'll always be going up to the Bad Blood series. I've been working really closely with Moondog and everything else. We stream all the Q&As for them. So I won't be at Firestorm 3. I'm really pissed off that I'm not even going to go to that event because it's a one and done AO. So I won't be there. So to talk about that a little bit, Lion Claws, it's oplionclaws.com. Definitely check out this event. This is a factory that is going to be demolished after this event. It's massive. Kevin Walker is the chief of staff for that event. They have a really good event planned for you guys for that one. It's sort of like Southern Comfort, man. It was a one and done AO. It was such an awesome AO. Hell of a lot of fun to play at. I wish I would have been able to go. I wish we would go back to that location again. But this one is going to be a standard green versus tan event. Yeah, John Hunt said it's huge.
Reminds me of prom night.
They keep saying that. So it's going to be a green versus tan event. They've recently announced some of like the COs and all that. The facility there, I think there's only a couple spots that were. I'm just trying to see if I can pull it up real quick. I know Steve Tom had it up on his.
Sophia.
That's a good time for my daughter to call right in the middle of the stream. She's been doing that a lot lately. Yeah, maybe it's on Instagram. John Lou does a lot through Instagram and not on Facebook, so it's like players wanted. Let's see here. So toss this over here. Open it up. It is going to be a NATO versus Russia event. Let's see. No clue shirts. I was bored. Let's see here. This is like, I mean, this is the sort of stuff that I love myself, just to be able to play in the real world AOs and all that. This is one of the buildings and areas in there. Let's see. Yeah, this is how massive the location is. Just a few sections that are off limits. All these buildings are in play. I'm sure there's going to be so much flanking maneuver stuff and everything else that's going to be around, outlying buildings and all that. Oh. Man, hopefully he can squeeze another event out of this one before they destroy it. Because I would love to come back there. The downside is, too, it's going to be hot. Like, really hot there. So, and tickets for that are... It's all one level. Ms. Dot, I do not know what the numbers are, to be honest with you. I have not kept up on it because if it was any other week, I'd probably still be on staff working on it. 160 for the event. 120 if you're alumni. So standard stuff. I know John Hunt is going to probably be one of the admins on there. PewPew Paparazzi will be there taking pictures and all that. I'm so annoyed I'm not going to this event. I really am. I wanted to go play there so bad. But one of the things that I definitely stand up to every single time, and I'll tell everybody every single time, is that if I make a commitment to a specific location, even if it's something I've been to a dozen times, I've made the commitment. So we'll be going to Bad Blood. It's going to be a hell of a lot of fun at there. And I'm mad because I believe Dark Horse 6 buddies I like running with almost every single time are going to Firestorm 3. I believe Wiener's going to Firestorm 3. I think almost all the A.T.E crews going to Firestorm 3. So a lot of my friends are going to one that are from the south, and I'm going to be going with all my friends to the north to Bad Blood. But definitely, if you guys want a very unique AO to play in, check out this event, Firestorm 3. These John Lou's one-and-done AOs sometimes have some of the best locations to play at with some of the best feels for it. And then it's gone, and you'll be like, hey, check what I get, guess what I get to do. And nobody else has been able to do it. So doesn't it suck we can't go to this in?
Yeah, I'm kind of upset about it, but I'm upset that I'm going to miss the AO, but I'm not because I'm going to Bad Blood. It's a weird. It's definitely on my one of my top 10 places I wanted to play. One of the places I want to play, I can't because nobody does it anymore.
What's that?
So have you ever seen the aircraft training simulator? It's a full size aircraft, and it bobs, it pitches, it weaves. Once you're inside, they seal it. It's actually for air marshal training. I want to play in one while the program is running.
That would be awesome.
Right? Somebody ran an event once in 96 or 97 at a flight training center that had one, and they got permission to run the event, run a mission in it, and I literally missed out on it. I was the next person in line when they shut it down for the day.
That sucks.
Yeah.
That's almost as bad as, I got tickets for Reichland Siege 2, which is a week after Reichland Siege 1, and the city shut down Reichland Siege 2, and I wasn't able to go to that mall to play in the mall.
Yeah. But, don't be us in this situation. If you guys have the opportunity to go to Firestorm 3, take it.
Take it. I'm telling you, if you guys are in the South, check out this event. It's going to be a hell of a lot of fun. A really badass. John Hunt's going to put on a pretty good show. You guys will have a good time. The look of that AO alone looks, if it's anything like the Mayhem Mill or the Firestorm 1 and 2s, oh man, there's so many different ways that you could go and weave throughout those factories. It's fantastic. And sometimes there's little relics you can bring home too. Like the one guy that got the one picture of the puppy that he was carrying around the entire time. It was in his backpack. When we were at the Mayhem Mill location, which is also where Firestorm 2 was, that was the place where they made camo fabric, and people were taking home swatches of the camo and everything else. It was actually pretty badass. So, yeah, if you guys could do it, take advantage of it. You'll thank me later. Those AOs are pretty good. And to be blunt, also, I heard a couple people complaining about the cost for the event. That's where event costs are going now. I mean, unfortunately, inflation's a thing, but these AOs, it costs a lot. We just got done running an event where our costs are going up for the very next one now, because we have to now make damn sure that the building gets cleaned. So we have to hire a cleaning crew to come in, and all that stuff adds extra cash to it. So, to the ticket price and all that. Insurance rates are going up. Some event producers aren't, too keen on safety or running stuff over or lighting buildings on fire. Means insurance rate goes up for all of us. So with that being said, guys, definitely check out Firestorm 3. It's it's going to be a hell of a lot of fun. Some of the teams I know are going to go there are going to give you guys a hell of a fight no matter what side you're on. I know Gunny's in his team are probably going to go green. I thought Dark Horse 6 was going to go tan. I'm not sure what color they're going.
I don't think any of them in chat.
Well, Steve Tom is, if he's still listening and paying attention, should pipe up with whatever color that they're running. Or maybe not. Maybe he just wants to keep it a secret. But I can tell you right now, there's pretty good teams that are in that on the area that would give you a hell of a firefight on each side. I just know Gunny and his teams goes green. And there's another team. John, maybe you can help me out. There's another team that usually runs tan at almost every single one of those events. That's also a pretty hard team to go up against. So definitely check it out. All right. And what alumni means, if you've been to any of the Lion Claw events in the past, you get in for that 120 price. All right. Yeah, I'll clone myself and go to both. Putting together an idea. As long as you can then revert all the memories into one person. But you know what I'm talking about, right? It's a team of like 30 some odd people. John, there's quite a few people that come out there that run that tan base camo, and they usually run TDZ. Fuck. Why did I think it wasn't? Yes, TDZ is the one of those. It was Kevin. It's actually Kevin's team. Dark Horse is going green. All right, so TDZ versus Dark Horse 6. That's going to be some firefights in itself. So. Yeah, you guys are going to have a badass firefights throughout that entire one. So definitely check out oplionclaws.com and get your tickets to Firestorm 3. I doubt you'll be disappointed there. All right. The only disappointment is going to be that Sin and I won't be there. So,
yeah, I mean, I'm already kind of disappointed about it. Team Boxer runs green.
Yes, I know Team Boxer runs green. I don't really consider Team Boxer a serious threat, though.
Wow. Hold up. Where's the button? Where's the button?
Oh, I'm going to get some shit for this one. About 30 seconds, John Hunt's going to respond back with some version of F you. Really looking forward to the games there. All right, cool.
All right.
Sorry, we have messages coming in. Of course, it's stream day, so
everybody wants the messages.
Everybody. Oh God, I love Team Boxer guys. I like shooting them up. I like going against them. I have a lot of fun with those guys. Pretty much all the teams that have been mentioned so far, I enjoy playing against. There's teams definitely I don't like going up against, like going up against Dark Horse 6. Yeah, I wonder why I don't like going up against Dark Horse 6.
See, I love going up against teams that kick my ass because I like the challenge because I get better by playing them. Dark Horse 6
I don't like it when
is just in cheat mode. They have like God hacks on or something.
No, they are
one of them. They go down. You turn around. There's 3 more that have teleported behind you somehow.
I leave and the sushi goes out the window. What are you talking about, sir? My sushi's right here. I just was eating before the stream.
I ate mine fast.
Mm-hmm. Just because you showed up late.
Traditions are traditions, man.
Mm-hmm.
I actually have ramen broth out there cooking right now for everybody in my house because it's kind of one of my specialties.
Remember, the only people that are not allowed to have sushi on the stream are those of the Asian persuasion.
Because then it's racist. They have to have fried chicken.
Exactly.
Oh, I'll see myself out.
We're going to get in so much trouble. All right. So with that being said, that's Firestorm 3. We're going to move right along to the next topic. Now, we can either talk about another event or should we talk about RATS Airsoft? You know, I think we should continue the events train and talk about Geigerlands.
Out of the way.
Yeah, let's keep talking about the events. So the one that I think Virtue and I are the most excited for is Geigerlands. This event is shaping up to be an awesome experience. Unfortunately, it's for 2 months. So no sushi for you. That was an excellently designed image there, sir. I appreciate it. So we have a special announcement for everybody that's here that's looking at getting their Geigerland tickets. We actually have a special promo code to get $10 off your ticket. Now, before we were talking about not doing promo codes, that we're just going to do the early bird special. But this was a decision that came down from Big House Milsim. We made the decision to go ahead and give you guys, in addition to the early bird discount. So right now, tickets are $110. June 6th, the price are going up to $125. So you're already getting a $15 discount. Well, there is now a ticket that you can get that gives you another $10 off. So you get a $100 ticket. And I'm just trying to pull up. It's taking forever. I'm going to pull up the tickets here real quick. What is Geigerlands? Well, it's our 52-hour long Airsoft Fallout/Wasteland event. So while it's heavily Fallout themed, there's definitely going to be a lot of Wasteland elements and everything else. Because some people said, I don't like Fallout. I like the Division. That's great. Good for you. You can wear both. We don't care. Just play the game and follow the rules is all we really care about. So, if you guys want to use the promo code, I'll put that up here in a second.
There's two things I'm hoping to see. One is somebody with a Ghostbusters loadout. The other is a Star Trek away team.
What the hell happened to chat?
What do you mean?
The chat just went away for me. That was weird.
That's done that to me before, and I had to freaking
relog back in.
No, just hit refresh on the window. Well, you got to probably relog back in. But yeah,
I did. I fixed it. So
yeah, the two things I'm hoping to see.
Is somebody in the Ghostbusters?
I want
outfit?
Ghostbusters and a Star Trek away team.
So for those of you that are looking, the chat was there. It just literally my chat disappeared. It was kind of weird. So if you go in and you get your Geigerland tickets, you go to obhmilsim.com, you click on the Geigerland ticket link and put in that PWA stream 213. You guys will get a additional $10 discount off the cost of the tickets, making the tickets $100. That's only in effect till June 6th. So I would definitely get them now as they filled up. I believe there's also only 100 tickets left for the early bird. So I would definitely go forward. Right now, we have, to tell you a little bit about the stuff that's lined up, we have over 30 role players lined up. So with the role players, a lot of them are also going to be admins as well. So there's going to be no red shirts walking around unless they're like a Star Trek away team.
And then they'll probably be dead.
So the armbands will be red armbands will delineate the people that actually are on admin team. Those with white crosses on them are also medical staff. So if you're having a medical issue or anything else, they're an admin plus they have medical training. EMTs, first responders, nurses, doctors, all that stuff.
To help maintain your immersions.
Yes. So you're not going to see a lot of red shirts walking around out on the field. In fact, I don't think anybody's going to be allowed to walk around with a red shirt on. Everybody has to be wearing some sort of outfit or uniform when they're out there playing.
That being said, if you are one of those people that like to flex the rules, you have no idea who around you is actually going to be admin. So don't be a dick.
Yes. We had 52 admins at our last event that were either embedded or wearing red shirts. We are continuing that this time. So we have at least 4 sets of power armor coming to this event, which I'm going to the group pages right now. So if you're trying to figure out where to go to check out some of these awesome communities, here is the Geigerlands page. It did it again. What the?
Stop breaking the internet.
I don't know what it's doing, but just simply search for the Geigerlands, and that's Geigerlands. GEI.
Not Giger like the artist. Geiger like the meter.
So you guys can check out it there, especially if you're on YouTube and all that. You can actually just click the link that just got shared, and check out the page. But we got some guys coming in with, like, take a look at this guy's power armor. Let's see here, share screen. That looks badass. That's some time that's been put into that.
Yeah, he's got that thing that I keep trying to find it. Free time. Yeah.
So there's one. Let's see. I know there's another guy starting to build some armor. I guess I can go to the Big House Milsim. So if you guys are looking for the actual new Big House Milsim Facebook page, it's facebook.com/BHMilsim. Just go ahead, facebook.com/BHMilsim. That brings you up to our page, and you can check out all the cool stuff we have in there. That's the new page for us. That community is growing. And let's see here. Oh yeah, here's the other one that I thought was just sick as hell. Can I zoom in on this? That looks badass. Just that's insane. And this stuff's going to be walking around. In addition to that, we're going to have Paul Caros and Alex Melvin come out. We're actually going to have an entire segment on Thursday at 8 o'clock talking just about power armor and in Geigerlands. So if y'all are sitting there trying to figure out, wrong page, damn it, wrong side. If you're trying to figure out what to do, how to make power armor and all that, what is power armor, all that fun stuff, we're going to be talking about that extensively on Thursday's stream to give you guys a really good breakdown. But we were talking about this before, that this is going to be a 52-hour event. What does that mean? Did you just throw on your syndicate shirt?
No, I had it on. Sorry, there's a small child outside the door being very animated. I had to go be you for a second.
So what does it mean to what do we mean when we say that it's a 52-hour long event? Well, you don't mean that their combat's going to be nonstop and going through. Correct. Friday at 2 o'clock is when the first safety brief should end. At that point in time, we open the doors and the gates to Geigerlands opens for everybody. All right. Once that happens, you're free to go out there, pick out your encampment locations. There's going to be some predetermined encampment spots like Delta, Juliet, and Echo are going to be those three, where Echo is going to be the nightclub. We are also going to have a live band on Saturday night. 2 live bands that are going to be playing. So at least we upped Bad Blood. You know, they took the idea of getting a live band, but we're going to do it better. 2 ska bands are going to come play.
Also, I'll be DJing at periodic points. So
we're also going to have a food truck on the field in a non-combat spot. The battle bus will be parked on the field as another impact spot. This is going to be a low. This is going to be a low firing game, so you get to come onto the field and with 3 mags, 3 mid-cap mags or 1 high-cap mag, or roughly 500 rounds of ammunition of your own. From there, you'll be able to earn ammunition as you play. So just be understanding that you'll be earning caps to buy ammo and everything else. You'll be able to preset your character, so there's going to be a lot of different roles and stuff that you guys can pick out and do. which is going to be awesome. So when you go out on Friday, boffer weapons only. No iPro, just boffer weapons only. Chrono is going to be off to the side. That area is going to be roped off, so nobody can go down towards that way anyway, because building 1 is out of play. We lost access to building 1, unfortunately. So you could set up you could camp out in cell blocks. The typical buildings that are not in play are the same ones that weren't in play for this game, which is the Chapel, Bravo, Juliet Hotel, or Golf and Hotel. Those are out of play. Now building 1's out of play. You could camp in every other building that's in play with the exception of Alpha and Charlie. Those 2 buildings you can't camp out in. That's just because of the age of the buildings and everything else. There's an abundance of caution. So we could play in them. We just can't camp out in them. But you can bring tents if you want and set up tents and encampments wherever you want on the AO. You're free to do that as well if you want to set up a nice little encampment. There's going to be more rules that get disseminated as we go along. Like people have been asking for are encampments able to be raided at night? Excellent question. Oh, we don't have an answer yet.
Working on it. That's the answer. We're discussing it right now because it's got pros and cons. We also want to protect your personal equipment. So we're working on it.
So we have some really cool ideas for this event for that you guys that are coming out there and you really want to immerse yourself in this world. So from 10 a.m. For 2 p.m. Friday to 9 a.m. Saturday, no airsoft guns are allowed on the field. At 9 a.m., we open the gates for the guns to come out to the field. From 9 to 6, there's pew-pews going on. Everybody has to filter in one way and one way only, and that's through the main gates through Building 2. Yeah, grenades are not going to be allowed at night, period. Foam weapons and boffer weapons are going to be allowed, but again, we're working on the rule set, even if there's a way to identify what encampments are willing to role play being attacked in the middle of the night. We might not allow it for this particular game because we want to expand it into the future. All this is, I don't think there's anybody out there that actually has an event, especially not an airsoft event like this, that's going nonstop. I mean, there's the other event companies that are doing Milsims, but this is not really a Milsim. This is more equivalent to, like, say, a LARP. And we know that people, oh my God, LARP. This is role play, but it's also airsoft combat and everything else. From 9 to 6, you guys what you're trying to do is, there's a RATS storm coming, and you have to build the resources to get your vaults activated to protect yourself so you can survive the RATS storm. Problem is, not enough resources for everybody. So there's a plan for 600 players for this location. With that being said, only about 100 players are going to be able to get in safely into these locations. So at 5:40, the horns start blaring. And that's the warning that the RATS storm's coming. Once the RATS storm comes, as soon as those horns sound off at 5:40, 20 minutes left of the game, nobody can be revived. No, you can be medicked for the amount of lives you have left. So if you still have both your lives, or if you have the perk that gives you 1 extra life, you still have your 3 lives. After you get hit twice or 3 times, depending on what your abilities are, you're dead. Walk off the field. You can't be revived. I'm sure that all the stuff that people are collecting to build their encampments and their settlements are going to be watched thoroughly, because they're not going to be in the same buildings where they're at, I don't think. Again, there's a lot of cool stuff that we're putting together for this. So just to say that where those vaults are going to be at, or those bunkers are going to be at, I'm sure there's going to be some hell of a strong firefights that are in those areas. And when you bleed out, you're done. I mean, that's it. If you have to bleed out, you're dead. At 6 o'clock, the RATS storm comes. Anybody not inside of a vault or a shelter or a bunker or whatever safe zone there is, you die. Those that survive get rewarded. then everybody takes every airsoft projectile off the field. Nerf 2. So if it fires a projectile, so those grenades go off the field. Any airsoft guns go off the field. Nerf guns go off the field. Boffer weapons can stay, because at 6:30, if we do it fast enough, it's good. And this is going to depend on players. If players are dragging their feet, not getting their guns off the field, and we still have to declare it hot, the longer that takes means the less time that you guys have for live music and everything else. So we're hoping by 6:30, all guns are off the field, declare the site cold. Everybody throws their iPro off. You can still walk around with your boffer weapons, still walking around, in your uniform, your outfits and all that stuff. Band is going to start playing at some time throughout the night. And gameplay is going to continue for role play and everything else, working out ways to survive the next storm. And then at 9 o'clock Sunday morning, everybody can bring their guns in because they've been decontaminated, and we do it all over again. So from 9 this time until 3:40, everything goes up there. Everybody's building up, getting their resources and everything else they need to survive. Last 20 minutes, firefights from hell. People die. RATS Storm rolls through. People get rewarded. And it's the end of the game. We'll have our raffle and then have everybody off the field. So that's the gameplay and idea that's going on for Geigerlands. We have all sorts of cool stuff out there. I know we have a trash collector who's looking for all that trash. That's all one man's trash, another man's treasure. We'll have the archivist that's looking for books and everything else like that. I'm talking about roleplay. Don't demonetize the video, please. Well, I mean, there's reasons why we're not going to. I mean, some people want to have the raid, some don't. Like I said, this is going to be a decision, and there's definitely going to be ways for people to indicate that they don't want to be raided. Like, I don't think the main sites are going to be able to be raided, or at least if they are, they're going to be predetermined at times when you possibly could be raided. But there's definitely going to be a quiet time so people can relax, sleep, and all that stuff.
I mean, it's definitely a mechanic we want. We just have to make it work.
Yes. Plus, roaming around at night on that AO, sometimes in itself offers challenges. Just imagine what it's going to be like when we have 600 people that could potentially be walking around. So, yeah. So, yeah, the food truck will definitely be out there on site. Jackal Tactical is going to be out there. They're going to have some foam weapons for everybody to be able to buy. So we're going to talk more extensively into what boffer weapons will be allowed. For those that don't know, boffer weapons is any sort of melee weapon that can be used out there that you can potentially hit somebody with. And you're not supposed to do like full contact. Light as touch works.
It's ring their crystal bell, not ring their bell.
Ting. There will be a fight pit for people to test out their skills and everything else with how well they can fight. And I know there's going to be a fight ring out there, so we actually have some quite a few cool things set up for everybody to try to achieve, to try to work through, and we're only going to build this event up more. So the more people that
I just forgot something else I want to see. Somebody do Tiny Tanya from Borderlands.
That's funny. I had Borderlands, and maybe it was just because of the way the art was inside the game. It always made me nauseous to play the game, so I just haven't played Borderlands to any extent. Oh. I know. I just got to knuckle down and play it. Drink a bunch of milk.
Drink some milk.
Drink some milk, man. Gets rid of that nausea. So that one's going to be a hell of a lot of fun. We can't wait for that one to come rolling through. I mean, the opportunity just on its own to camp out on this site overnight is going to be amazing. Now, we are going to ask people to police their trash and everything else, make sure their trash is cleaned up, all that fun stuff. So if you've been to some of our previous events at the prison, you guys know about the JTF missions and all that. That's not going to be at Geigerlands because it's not that type of event. So don't worry too much about that. Focus more on having the fun and interactive gameplay. Because if this one goes well, we're coming up with another roleplay style event in addition to Geigerlands. So for next year, for 2023, we're going to have 2 Milsims.
That's just me.
I know. And I saw it. Oh, God. So I don't know why that has me cracking up. It's so stupid it works. So we're gonna have 2 Milsim events. We're gonna have for next year. We're definitely gonna have Syndicate 3 and Scorched Earth, or Scorched Earth 2, zombies versus orcs. No, we're not gonna go like that. So our series that we're planning for this year, we're gonna finish up this year at the prison with Scorched Earth. It's going to be the first week in November, which I keep forgetting the dates, which I believe is the weekend November 4th, if I'm correct. It is, November 4th through November 6th is going to be Scorched Earth. That's going to be a typical green versus tan Milsim event. I know some of you have been asking us to put the tickets up for sale, but we don't even have a storyline yet, guys. Can we at least have a storyline set up? Zombies versus space orcs. Yeah, we'll just make an entire war machine.
Sounds like a Sci-Fi Channel original.
Zombies
Sharknado. Mecha
Dude,
Megalodon.
I could tell you something right now. I swear to God that Sci-Fi Boardroom had a wall, a dart wall. And throw a dart, see what it hits. Throw another dart, see what it hits. That's our monster doing what? And that's what they're throwing at these different boards around.
You've never seen the interview for the guys that made Sharknado. Apparently, they pitched like 15 different movie ideas and they all got rejected. So, on complete whim, out of spite, they pitched Sharknado and it got greenlit within 30 minutes.
Sci-Fi has too much fucking money, okay? I say it. Sci-Fi has too much money. And you know what? I can imagine the other things were probably really good sci-fi shows, or sci-fi movies and everything else that probably had really awesome premises, but it was not stupid enough for sci-fi. I'll get off my high horse now. Storyline. We don't need a stinking storyline. Evidently, people don't, and people want to know what we're going to have at the Syndicate 3, which is probably going to be earlier in April instead of later in April. We have to sit down and talk with the team to figure out what dates we're going to do what, because our plan for our schedule is that for next year, it's going to be beginning of April for Syndicate, end of May for Geigerlands, and then we'll deal with the summer months and all that for the next 2 Milsim events and all that. Yeah, the big problem that they have, that we have dealing with the Milsim events and all that, is that when it comes down to pretty much the AO shuts down for us in September through October because of Halloween, and they prep a lot at this location for Halloween because ever since, especially Ghost Hunters was there, all the Ghost Hunts and everybody else that wants to go out there, it's really is a big business because that place is freaking haunted. It's Geigerlands is probably one of the events I'm really looking forward to. Somebody asked if you guys could take prisoners at that event.
At Geigerlands?
Yeah. Because other Wasteland events, you could take slaves. And that's
I have an idea, but I have to run it by our head creative brain.
Yes, we have to make sure Christian is involved on all discussions when it comes down to Geigerlands. This is his baby. He's been planning something. He's been writing for this for, I don't know, 5 years now. and he's finally got a location and a team that trusts him to just put it on. I took a bite and you stopped talking. That's great.
I'm sorry, Christian literally just messaged me and I was replying to him. But no, there's a lot of, like, again, guys, there's a lot of great ideas we want to do. It's just trying to make them work inside of Christian's vision. And it's, you don't walk into somebody's house and tell them how to start raising their kid. Because if they've already screwed them up at this point, there's no helping them.
Christian's written a pretty awesome game already.
Yeah.
All the perks and everything else that are there, so you can actually build a character. You could build a character that doesn't even need to use a weapon, because that's typically what Christian does. He doesn't really use weapons when he plays. He is the Sunshine Band Merchant Caravan, and when he goes around and he does the stuff that he does, it's really awesome because I think I've only seen him one time pick up a weapon, and that's because his other bodyguard was not at the event.
Using the perk system, I already figured out how to make a Time Lord for all the nerds in the crowd.
There is no restriction on any of this. I mean, if somebody shows up in freaking Iron Man outfit, I'll be like, Christian will probably lose his shit, but I'll applaud it, you know? Also, a big factor to think about, a huge factor for y'all to think about, is if you have significant others that you want to bring out to Milsim, to airsoft events, but they don't want to get shot up, this is the event for you. This event right here, Geigerlands, is a low shooting event. It's a place where they can really get into, start understanding the community, because I'll tell you right now, those people that maybe, I'm really not up for getting shot at, might actually be willing to get shot at in a much lower capacity. So there's all sorts of, this is one of those events where you guys can bring out the significant others, and there's a less likelihood they're going to get shot, more role play, more fun, more experience. Yeah, I saw that too. It's like, I love it when all this stuff comes in while we're on stream, and it just derail. Sure, here, your train of thought was going somewhere. Not anymore. So Geigerlands is just going to be a blast. It's going to be a hell of a lot of fun. And crap, I should have probably, if you guys are going to our website, actually, I think I could change. I need to change it. Let's edit this. Remember, it's, what the hell? It didn't save it? Oh, man. Restream's on a roll today, man. Let me tell you. It's PWA Stream 213. Go ahead and use that. Let's see here. No, not wrong one. That's Geigerlands. There we go. So go to obhmilsim.com. Yeah, we can do that. All right. So anybody have any questions about Geigerlands that we can answer? If not, we're going to take a break before we go into our next segment, which is RATS Airsoft. And as we move along, man, we are on point tonight. We're staying all on topic and everything. That's amazing. Let's see here. Do I actually have something that I can throw up? I got something that we could show that we haven't shown in a while for the past couple of streams. So at this point, we're gonna wait. Something came in. Good job. Did you break? You broke it. You broke the lightsaber.
Yeah, the grub screw came out.
All right, so we're gonna do real quick, guys. Both of us have something that we need to do real quick. We're gonna go ahead and throw up a quick intermission video. This first one's gonna be, I don't know, about a minute and a half, 2 minutes. Some of you are gonna know what this video is. It's probably one of the best clears that we've seen in a while. So we always want to give some mad props to Tonka for doing this at Stonebreaker. And if he's not back in time, I'll just throw up a couple more videos while we wait. But in the meantime, it is now intermission.
We're gonna run up. Yep. Okay. Then I'll get those two.
I got it. Get your gun out. We're gonna ram the whole point.
I have a pistol and a sniper rifle.
Let's go.
You go ahead and do that.
3,
I'll get our people.
2, 1, go.
Roll.
Go. Everyone, go. Good shit.
Got one. Go.
Oh, nice, baby.
Oh shit, man. Sorry. Move.
It's all blue. We're blue. We're all blue.
In that room?
We're all blue. All the way up to the cafeteria.
My bad, guys. I'm sorry. Not that. That's yellow. You. Is that?
Come on, blue. Push up.
Thank you. You keep what? Move. Jesus Christ. Bang, bang, bang.
Hey, Jesus.
Guys, you still shot. You still fired, man. I'm sorry.
Hey, did you not get hit? Are you yellow?
No.
Oh, I'm blue. Scared the fuck.
Are you blue or?
I'm blue.
Are you blue too?
You hit my toe.
Well,
You hit me again.
whoever was right here. Watch it move. Oh, that's a tree, bro.
All right, Virtue came back.
That last headshot, man.
Oh, dude. So that was actually interesting interaction. So we're going to talk about those last couple of clips. Guys have all been from RATS Airsoft. Obviously, we played the clip from Tonka because we like showing off his skills at that one event because that was like one of the cleanest sweeps we've seen. So RATS Airsoft. All right, it's located in North Carolina. It's a really awesome indoor arena. And what I mean by indoor, I mean that it is a 1940s, 1950s elementary school that is now in that family's hands. And what they've done is they have cut out like through the walls as far down as they can go until they hit a wet wall, right? It's cut through all these walls so that way you have 3 lanes down each side of the field. They then, as you can see, put a lot of obstacles and barriers so that you guys just can't run straight through. You have to do a lot of twists and turns around obstacles and everything else. It's made for a really crisp, really clean, and unique indoor arena. Thanks, Ducky. It's when I went there, I talked about it because I only got a chance to play 2 games because I was on the road going up to Crescent. I played an outdoor game. I played an indoor game. The outdoor game was also a lot of fun. They had an interesting rule set that, boy, did I take advantage of. So you could be medicked an indeterminate amount of time. It was never said how many times you could be medicked. So, and the medic there was pretty much just tapped 20 times being tapped. So if they go really fast, you get up really quick. Another way that you get revived is if you heard an air horn. Well, I went charging into the thick of it, got shot, sat down, and just waited for the air horn. 1, I didn't have to walk back and forth. 2, the air horn went off, shoot a couple guys, lay back down, have a giggle fest, and whatnot. So I abused the hell out of that system. It was great. It was a lot of fun. Had a blast with it. There was one really good interaction where this one dude was in this group of trees, right? And he had this kid laying prone between his legs as he's standing up and shooting at me through this thing because our objective to capture this dummy was on the ground in front of him. The kid was lying down. Each time I shot him, he just got tapped 20 times and got up immediately. So I'm watching for the inside this. It was like a hole in the foliage about this big for movement for the guy to go down so I would shoot him again. It was some of the funniest gameplay because he and I just went through, and I almost ran out of ammo during this game with this one guy. I think I did. I think I had to reload once or twice. I brought my Odin on the field with me, but it was like the amount of fun that was integrated onto that field was fantastic. And they're constantly building up that field. They have a Chernobyl area. They've dug trenches with drainage. They actually have a couple of the big drainage pipes that people can crawl through. My ass isn't crawling through it, but other people can. So they've really worked up this AO quite a bit. And the fighting inside the school was some of the most fun I had in a while when it came down to like going to having a new experience and all that. Um, all except for here, I'm gonna play this one back again because I don't have the clip up on my computer here at home because I just didn't go through. I believe it was this one.
You. Is that? Thank you. Sorry. Oh, my bad. Second time I did that.
Good shot, bro. I'm coming back, baby. I'm gonna keep coming. Good job, buddy. Nice up.
What's that?
I'm pretty sure that was a Wilhelm scream in the background.
I did not add that. I'm just trying to find the one spot where I think it was. I definitely think it was this one here. Now this is all like most of the fight that you saw in those last couple clips were inside just the cafeteria, and they've done a good job of mirroring both sides of the AO. That they both go into the second spot of this one cafeteria, which is a really good thing. But if you saw me come in from the backside by that bus, it's actually a really good flanking maneuver to go through. And the guy that full autoed me at the start of that clip was the guy I shot when I came around the backside of that bus. I was like, oh, I'm taking this guy out. I was not happy with getting full autoed. But yeah, I think it's, you know what, let me just pull up the, I'm going to try to just pull up the actual thing and see, make sure that it goes through cleanly so we could talk about it in a easier manner.
Oh, that's true, bro.
Yeah. It is this one right here. You just get to it on here, pull it up, because I think this way you guys could see it a lot easier. All right.
Oh, that's true, bro.
Let me get rid of the captions and play that one more time at the very end. So, this guy right here, we both fire at the same exact time, and he's trying to say, no, man, I shot you first. That's a trade. You're not talking.
There's that guy at every event. I love you.
Mm-hmm.
There's that guy at every event.
I like it when he says, I got you first. And it's like, nah, man, that's a straight up trade, bro. I knew you were coming. You came around the corner. We both fired. We both take the hit. That's that simple. It's like every... Now, this wasn't an event. This is their typical open play.
Okay, I'm just saying any game you go to, you've got that guy.
Yeah. It was...
Are you reading this? Okay. But no, my whole point is, like, I had those moments where clearly it was either a trade or I definitely nailed the guy long before he even noticed. They're like, trade? It's like, no.
Yeah, it's like I was calling my hit. I was going out. I was being fair about it with the stuff that was going on. I was like, you know what, man, whatever. I tried my best just to laugh it off because for the most part, it was kind of funny that. Out of context, that last message was really weird. So I was just like, that was like probably the only negative I had, and it was so minor I didn't even let it faze me. I just like, all right, whatever. Came back and I went looking for him again. I did get him a couple times like throughout that game, but it's like the other one that was like really heated with me was the guy on blue because I shot him twice. I was on blue. It was a blue on blue kill. I'll tell you right now that there's a lot of dark places in that facility, and you can't really see the dark blue armbands on people. You can't even see the yellow armbands on people in the dark rooms. It's really you're going by which way people are facing when it comes down to the combat and everything else. So it's like, don't know what to tell you, except sorry. But if you're looking for a really good place to play, I would definitely suggest going to RATS Airsoft. That place was absolutely fantastic with the way it was set up, the outdoor. Now, I'm sure, like it being in North Carolina, summertime, it's going to get hot there. I was already warned it gets hot there. Give me 1 second here. I'm just pull up the address. You can go to ratsairsoft.com. It's in Rockingham County. Really is a pretty awesome location to go through and play at. It's and it's in Reidsville, North Carolina. I will say it like this: like a lot of people say, "Oh, well, whenever you go to a location, you have the regulars that know every corner, know every nook, know every cranny." That's really, and they usually seem to have an unfair advantage. But go there; these lanes are pretty easy to learn, pretty quick, and once you do, oh my God, is this place a hell of a lot of fun to play at? It's semi-fire only indoors. They fire most chrono requirements. Just about every other field. Outdoor is full auto, which was all right. I mean, personally, I don't use full auto outdoors or anything else, but hey, is what it is. Let's see.
But there's reasons like that why we went to using the light up armbands. I know some people don't like them because they make part of your body glow.
Yeah, but
friendly fire is going to cut way down.
Yeah, that would probably be a massive difference at that location. Would be to go to those light up armbands. Sorry.
Also, it's no longer called team killing; it's called J. Rodriguezing. Or giving him the Rodriguez for short.
Oh God, it was so great watching him team kill his team again with grenades. So great.
There are some things that have just become staples.
You just hear boom, 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 boom. I was like, I think that's Jay Rodriguez. Sure enough.
And then to listen to his teammates chew him out for killing them all again.
I'm sorry. I wouldn't be chewing him out because he had that Dick Caliber. The Dick Caliber.
The sword of sodomy.
Man, I am so glad he did not come running up to me when when I was Nikolai being captured, carrying that sword. But one of the funniest moments of Syndicate was when Rick Starman's son gives me a gun while I'm being interrogated.
That was just priceless.
Oh God, the shenanigans that we get up to. So if you guys are in that area or feel like you want to make a trip to a really good, awesome field, it's on one of my top 10 fields that you should go to, that you should visit at least once to play at. It's up there. The RATS community is really awesome. They respond really well. You also get rewarded if they witness you do some pretty awesome plays. And I like how the admins in the hottest zone, which was that cafeteria, were there. They didn't complain about getting shot because they knew it was part of what happens. A couple of those admins walked right into my line of fire, which it's not my fault if you walk into my line of fire. I'm sorry. But they did try to do a lot of stuff that was fair. Like if they saw you get eliminated unjustly, like when I got full autoed, Fat Ninja goes, go out to that second crate, touch it, come back in. Thank you, sir. Right on that. Jay's motto, if it moves, grenade it. You are not kidding.
Actually, Kurt, you are correct. You're correct. We should call it, when you get shot, the Rick Starman.
Rick was shooting friendlies?
It killed you like 3 times in one day.
Who? Rick didn't kill me 3 times
You guys
in one
were
day.
at Crucible.
Huh? Oh, yeah. Hey, where's that video? I'm going to find that video because that was funny as hell. Rick, what? I love hanging out with Rick. He's so much fun. Such a good guy. Crucible, here we go. No, it wasn't at Crucible. That was at
Was it MK?
MK. That was at
yeah.
MK. Shit, I didn't. I don't think I put it in there. I mean, he also blew me up too. So
yeah, fair enough.
Let's see here. Where is it? I know I have it.
Jim said keep shooting until it changes shape or catches fire. Jay just jumped ahead to the end and just set things on fire.
Hit him again! Crash him again! What? I thought it was over there, my bad. Thanks for the grenade!
I want to go past you.
No, you didn't! I'm shooting you, Rick! You blew me up! Ref called me out. Are you fucking kidding me?
No, that was Crucible.
That was Crucible. Yeah, that one was Crucible. But then at MK Airsoft, it happened again.
The next day, he did it again.
You know what? I think... Wait, hold on. I think this part right here... That's Rick's son right there that I'm looking at. In the shadow right there. I think he was making it up to me to allow me to kill Papa and everybody by handing me the gun. Oh my God. That was the best moment that I had. Like the one of the funnier moments. It's like, because literally, I'll find it because it's. I was just sitting there like getting interrogated and everything else, and plop. Oh, thank you. Well, let me see if I can find it here real quick. Nope, that's not it. So, but you know what? That's why we play this game. That's why we do this. We go out there, have a good time, have a blast, and you know, the goal is to come away with these fun times, fun videos, fun interactions that we've had throughout the entire weekend, and we can come back saying, you know what? Everything's been an awesome time. It's been a blast. That's me getting captured. So 1978. 798.
I didn't get the full choke.
All right, found it. What the hell? Why is it not? Oh, probably because I have it open over here. No, that shouldn't matter. Maybe it does matter. So 3 minutes in. Got it. What the hell's going on? Why is it not working? Cindy broke it.
Fair enough.
What the Back to the old drawing board. We'll just do it the old-fashioned way.
Screw it. We'll do it live.
I didn't get the full choke on you. Who's giving him a gun? Who's the idiot that gave him a gun? I'm dead. Relax, buddy. That's Scarlet's kid.
So yeah, that's sort of the fun stuff that we have with everything that goes down. This is why we do airsoft. So with that being said, I guess we can pretty much like sort of bring our stream somewhat to a close by talking about why do you airsoft, bro? What brings you to the sport? What gets you coming back out every single time? Personally, my experiences like that keep me coming out every single time. All the awesome people that come out that I get a chance to play with, interact with, hang out, having a good time, the giggle fest of the stuff that we do is why I airsoft, why I do these events, why I travel halfway across the country to hang out with people like you and Gert, Steve Tom, all the other awesome people out there. So, Virtue, why do you airsoft, bro?
Honestly, it's community and stress relief. There's so many epic moments throughout my quote-unquote airsoft career, as cringy as that sounds to say. And the memories, man. There's some memorable moments and some memorable people you get to meet along the way that, in one way or another, affect your life. Most of the time for the better. Like, if it wasn't for airsoft, I wouldn't have met you. I wouldn't have met Papa, Yordi. Like, there's some great guys I meet that outside of the airsoft community, we still have a great time and some great experiences. Yeah, that's got to be it for me. It's honestly experience. It's not even the gameplay most of the time. It's the things that happen around the gameplay.
It's so much fun hanging out with the people there. Hey, Michael, how you doing, brother? I forgot to have the other thing going up there. It's for, I guess, I can't wait for next month because we get to sit down and do this all over again out on a great AO where we get to hang out, bullshit, laugh, have a good time, the giggle fest and everything else of everything that's going on, and just to have an awesome time. Oh, thanks, Gert. I mean, fucking Gert brought me a sword. I mean, let's not. He brought Virtue alcohol, which Virtue did the ultimate alcohol abuse. So we didn't have a chance.
Blame me for the packaging.
Look, the only thing I know is when he handed you the package, it was one piece. As soon as you took possession of the package, the AK was broken on the ground.
I am sad. We did try it, though. I am sad.
And by the way, why was that sharp-ass glass in the back of my truck?
It was the closest thing away from everybody's vehicles that were driving on site.
You left it in the back of my truck.
I meant to. In my defense, I came back out to grab it with a trash bag and gloves, and you had already driven off. And then I got sidetracked.
Is that what it was? You got sidetracked. It was unreal. Like Gert brought us these awesome gifts. At least I still got my sword. It's right there.
Yeah.
It's right there.
Got it.
And thanks, Jay, for making sure I never get kids. Well, I guess we do got to give Jay some congratulations. He's on his honeymoon right now over in Hawaii, so that's why Jay hasn't chimed in yet. But as funny as we make it sound, too, it's like Jay Rodriguez showed up with an 18-inch long dildo sword.
Phallus. We're gonna go phallus.
Phallus sword, the Dick Caliber.
The sword of sodomy.
Smurf, it's definitely a community for me. I don't even play. I still go for the time spent with everyone there. Due to Airsoft, I got a whole new family that I know I can count on in a pinch. Yes, and Smurf actually got a chance to see my anger spike. True anger, that poor trash can.
Yeah, dude. The perfect example of this, like community-wise, is Wiener and Papa went out of their way to help a friend of mine they didn't even know that got stranded in Florida. Like Joker, I think you helped out too. Like,
yeah, we were going to, and then we were called off and said, "Hey, we don't need to do it." And I was like, "Okay, cool." Wiener was going to bring that person down to about Stewart and with their trailer, and I was going to hook it up to my truck and bring them all the way down to Flarf. So this community is actually really awesome. And the funny thing is like, I was just talking to another buddy from the board game industry that's like, "Hey, my kid wants to try this out. What's some great advice?" So I said, he's in Columbus, and I said, honestly, I think your best bet is to take the hour and a half, because Crucible shut down yet?
No, we're still running. We're still running.
Okay, cool. I said, I thought, I didn't realize that you guys are still open. I thought you said you were down, but I told him it's worth it to take the hour and a half trip up to MK, sorry, because it's the way the field is ever. And then there was also another method behind the madness. I like throwing them, right into the fire. And between Crucible and MK, if there's anybody that you want to toss in both feet, it's sort of like tossing somebody into Miami Airsoft on a weekend. Either they're going to like it or they're going to hate it. What's up, Mr. Walker? We talked about your event earlier today.
Yeah. There's also Splatter Park here in Columbus runs Airsoft events, which we need to find time to go play so we can give an honest review.
Yeah. I only give recommendations for places that I've been to that I know are going to be there, because the last thing you want to do is send a brand new player to some shit-ass field that you know nothing about. They end up having a really bad experience, and then the next thing you know, they don't want to be in Airsoft at all.
I understand. I know the guys that run it, so we got to find time so we can actually get in there and give it an honest review, because I've never actually played there, and I know the guys that run it, which is saying a lot on my part.
Well, I mean, that's it's like an hour and a half away from you, I guess. But like not a lot of people want to make that investment of time to travel. Me personally, I mean, I'll travel. I'm like, fuck, on Sunday. Friday night's gonna suck.
The Dixis. Oh, Ducky.
Speaking of somebody that wants to play Airsoft, just hasn't had a chance to come out yet, is my buddy Ducky. He wants to play at the same time he doesn't want to play. He's the guy that he's a little bit bigger than me, especially in the belly. He's shorter than me. He hid behind a tree that I swear to God is no thicker than my arm playing paintball. The person shooting at him lit up the tree, never touched him once.
It's the gravity field.
It's
just bends it around.
It was hilarious. That's also the same time where my wife shot up James, one of our other buddies that was on the same team, straight up his back. um, Marcon was awesome. Thank you for DJing.
Oh, no problem. Sorry. It's from my Twitch stream.
Gotcha. Gravity field. LOL. It was like when we used to play paintball. It was funny because one time I was pitted against me and my wife were put on two separate teams, and I shot right into her mask and got her right in the mouth. And I was like, I shot my wife. I was so proud of that day.
That's terrifying. Your wife terrifies me. Good night, man.
She does that to a lot of people.
Right. Good night.
You know, that's why Wiener hasn't been on the stream. When she hears the wife's around, he's like, fuck that, I'm gone. And yeah, Ducky, you said I haven't dropped an F-bomb yet. I have. I dropped like several F-bombs. Started at 31 minutes and 28 seconds. But that divorce grounds. That's what happens. I mean, my wife's competitive, man. She gets she doesn't want to get into the sport because I think she knows she'll have too much fun doing it, and that's a problem for her. So, yeah. Oh, another question came in. And somebody asked, are we ever going to lower the age for the airsoft events? I can tell you this in the way that I say it all the time. At this point in time, 16 and up is the age that's there. Obviously, we'll always try to work with the insurance company and the site owner to see if there's any way that we can lower the age down. I can tell you from the experience that we had with the site owner, she's not so worried about us having a lower age requirement. She's more concerned about the other groups. So, I mean, it's a massive amount of liability to have somebody come out onto this field because of how much stuff's exposed, the holes and everything else. I saw my first gopher at Syndicate too. It was when I was driving around, like checking out one just before I left. That thing came out like, what the? Is it over? Is it done? It went. It was cool. But now I know how big those bastards are and why there was such a massive hole.
Mobile excavators.
So let us know, guys. Why do you guys play airsoft? What is it besides just the fact of pew-pewing and everything else that you guys that brings you out to this sport that keeps you coming time and time again? Because there's some people that do get burnt out on things, and sometimes hearing that from other people helps them out. Let's see. Oh, yeah, I guess I should make that announcement too. If you are buying Bad Blood tickets, there was somebody that was posting around saying that Green Army sold out. Black shirts will probably sell out soon. Deus Ex is March about halfway sold out. Don't hesitate, buy a ticket. So this game's selling fast. Let's see here. There was somebody named Tasha G going around selling her 4 tickets for three, asking $90 for 3. If you guys are selling any tickets or buying any tickets, do it through PayPal is the best recommendation, and don't do it as friends and family. Force them to do it so that way you have protections to make sure there's actually a ticket that's there to be purchased and sold. Talking to your wife and Wiener, please let me know when they meet. I will record and make bets on how many seconds it'll take to end. Share profits, 40-60, me, you. Pay-per-view event. I mean, my wife is a black belt, and she's earning her second black belt in the second discipline. So, look, I don't even mess with my wife half the time. I talk shit, but I stay out of arm's reach. She's fast. She can kick some ass, literally. So it's fun stuff. So, I mean, that's pretty much our show for tonight. This one, I mean, we're in this weird phase where we just
stayed
had
on task.
Well, not just that we stayed on task, but we're also in this weird phase because we just had Syndicate 2, and a lot of stuff happened at the end of Syndicate 2. And people are continuing to ask what happened. Guys, ultimately, bottom line, it resulted in the fact that the cleanup wasn't done by those individuals. The site owner realized that, at this point in time, it's best for them to just simply take on, to run the events themselves because they run all the other events, and then just bring in a team to run the events for them. So the team is also, the creative team that brought you Syndicate and Syndicate 2, that is bringing you Geigerlands, is on board for Geigerlands. So I guess this was the announcement that we can make, that you guys could hear it from the horse's mouth, so to speak. The same chief of staff, the one that runs everybody on the field from the time that whistle blows, the first whistle blows to the time it all ends, the guy that writes the games, the event coordinator, all that is staying and remaining as Christian Toucan Harris. He's the guy that was there for Syndicate 2 and Syndicate 1. You saw him running around, doing all the crazy stuff, setting up all the props, making sure everything was on point. He's there. The guy that's running the entire show, from the time when boots first get on the ground to the last guy leaves, that's this gentleman right here, Virtue. He is, I'm not saying it. I am not saying it. I am not saying it. He's the man in charge. He's the event manager. He's the primary host on site. Then you have our administrative lead. She's the woman that you all saw at registration. She had that as a fine-tooth comb, a fine working oiled machine that people went in there. When I came in there, each time I came inside that thing, there was only like maybe 5 or 6 people waiting at any given time to get checked in and to go through chrono and everything else. That is Smurf. So Smurf will be running registration, all of our administrative stuff. If there's any questions about ticket transfers or anything like that, that's the one that you talk to. You could always message the team through Facebook Messenger at our page, Big House Milsim. So facebook.com/BH Milsim. We could always answer any questions you guys might have about any of these things. Now, my role stays what it should have been for Syndicate. I'm the mouthpiece. I'm the guy that sells tickets. I'm the face. I go up there and I greet, shake hands, bring you guys, bring in some new sponsors and everything else. My job's to help sell tickets, talk about this awesome event, have a badass, get you guys all hyped up for a badass time, and then be Nikolai out on the field so you guys can capture me, take me down, do all the crazy stuff that we go through. I'm the guy that brings you all the information from everywhere else. So that's the creative team that's there. Any one of us, we have our own separate lanes that we're going to be staying in, but we can still answer the questions that's there. So if you still feel comfortable asking the questions, obviously it might have to go through somebody like Virtue for something, but we can always get you the answer and go through and doing it. You just seen the live notification. Zach. Now, I will say it's been weird because I've been watching the amount of people things that are going through. I'm not surprised because I don't know about anybody else, but Facebook has been a little wonky for me today with being extremely slow. So I wonder if it's under getting hit with a DNS attack right now. For Syndicate 3, I'll bring us a gift for Smurf and Fury. I'm blaming Facebook for sure. But remember, Zach, you can always go to youtube.com/playerswanted and hit that lovely notification bell. And every time we go live, you get notified immediately. In addition to that, we always go live at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Tuesdays. And at 8 o'clock on Thursdays, we'll be talking nothing but our Big House Milsim stuff. So... he's still alive. It's been getting better. I'll tell you what, they've really been up in the stuff there, Zach. So
you got zucked.
You got zucked. So if you guys are wondering like what happened, what went down the line, that's pretty much what was the fate that sealed it. When I say that building 1 was totally destroyed, and it was left that way, that's what happened. It was bad. Unfortunately, I could not stay. I had to get somebody home in North Carolina because she had to work the next day. I also wasn't feeling good by that point in time. In fact, by the time I got to Sarah's house, I had a fever. So it's one of those things where, oh, I guess we should announce this too, that if you guys aren't doing anything and you're in a local area on Friday the 13th at 12 o'clock, is it 12 or 1?
It's 12.
12. If you want to get half price off a Geigerlands ticket, come to the AO at 12 o'clock on Friday, this Friday, to help with cleanup. Now, we have some brooms, we have some blowers. We're going to ask that if you have a broom, please bring it with you, because if a whole bunch of people show up, we could probably get this whole area cleaned up. All the work that I did and the volunteers that helped me on Wednesday and Thursday, it was like it never happened. I mean, obviously the fiberglass and shit's gone, but all the BBs, frag grenade stuff, and everything else was just all over the place. It was like it was like the cleanup never happened. Friday the 13th in a haunted prison sounds like an absolute delight. Exactly.
It's like we thought of it or something.
But if you guys can come out and help clean up, that'll be absolutely fantastic and awesome. There's a lot of other urbexers and everything else that go out to that place, and us not cleaning up really impacts the site. Now, moving forward, we're not going to have to do too much of this in the future because we're actually hiring on somebody to do just the clean out. That's their sole job, is to get paid to do clean out, so that way Virtue or myself don't have to stay an extra day making sure the place is clean. Building 1 in particular was bad. Now, people did pick up a lot of the shells. I give them absolute credit for that. But there were cores everywhere in Building 1. There was not a single shell that I found in Building 1, but there were cores everywhere, and there was BBs everywhere, especially at the very ends. There was a lot of BBs that were there. Like you saw that those old cartoons, like the Tom and Jerry cartoons where you're slipping on marbles and stuff. I was actually doing that on BBs going up there. So, yeah. So moving forward, we're not going to need it. But if you guys want to earn half off, definitely come out to noon on Friday. Virtue will be there with some people to help to get cleaned up. They'll have M95 masks for people to wear. So when you guys are cleaning up, you don't have to breathe in the dust and stuff because it will be dusty. There's 2 blowers on site, so you guys can really blow stuff out. But there's going to be some requirements of what you are and are not allowed to blow. Like, they don't want you blowing that stuff out the doors because they're going to be growing stuff out there. So they want you to blow them into certain areas and then sweep them up into things and then dump them and all that. So, guys, come out, do it. Also, if you haven't been paying attention, if you use PWA Stream 213, you get $10 off the ticket. The 2 promo codes will not stack. It's either one or the other. So if you go there to clean, you're getting half off the ticket. If you don't go there to clean and you just want to use the ticket from tonight, that'll get you $10 off. So essentially, between now and June 6th, you can get a ticket for Geigerlands for $100 by just sitting there, just by watching us. So we really want to put you guys on a great show. We want to bring a lot of cool stuff out there. The more tickets we sell, the more stuff that we're going to invest into these shows. And we call them shows, but these events, like pretty awesome props, pretty awesome rewards, a lot of other cool stuff that's out there. So
we have a list of amazing ideas, but much like Bernie Sanders, I need your money. So pre-reg. If you guys pre-reg, it allows us to get a lot of these awesome things in play before the event.
Mm-hmm. As it stands right now, we have about 100 tickets sold. Like I said, we have 30 role players. So that's awesome in itself. So we got 30 role players that are going to be out there interacting, doing all sorts of cool stuff. There's going to be ammo depots all over the place. So you don't have to pay for your own ammo. I mean, you can bring Like I said, your first 3 mags filled, that's fine. But after that, you earn ammo on the field. And we're not going with cheap, lightweight BBs. We're getting a bunch of BBs from HPA, and they're going to be 3.0s and 3.2s. So weights that most people use for outdoor and everything else. We are going to be, there's the vendors want to set up on the AO so you guys can shop on the AO. So there's going to be certain spots that are going to be no fire zones, strictly enforced no fire zones. Jackal Tactical's coming out there with foam weapons and everything else. Amp's going to be there. On the Go Surplus is going to be there. His food truck's going to be there. The battle bus will be deployed and stationary. So the battle bus is going to have all guns deployed on it, by the way, just as an FYI.
I'm currently working on actually getting costume vendors to show up too. So if you don't finish your kit, they might have something for you.
2 live bands. There's going to be the club, the nightclub / casino. A massive amount of awesome people that are going to be putting a lot of work into the characters and stuff that they do to keep you guys all highly engaged throughout the entire day. The Sunshine Band Merchant Caravan will be there. We're trying to get Papa Caps to come back out. Looking at you, Greg. Weeder said he's coming out to this event, that he wants to come out here to play. So I know some of my guys are going to be coming up to this event. You get 52 hours of gameplay, all right, role-play interaction gameplay. And 9 to 6 on Friday is going to be Pew Pew. 9 to 4 on Sunday is going to be Pew Pew. So you're getting a lot of trigger. You'll have the ability for a lot of trigger time, but the interactions are going to be fantastic. We have 4 sets of power armor at least going to be out on the field. 2 of which are evil controlled, and we're going to be talking a lot about power armor on Thursday at 8 o'clock. So definitely time it for that. How many guns on the bus exactly? 4 will be set up for sure. I don't have the other shooting positions set up yet. Eventually, I'm going to have to get that put in. Because I wanted to have 2 on each side, 1 up top, and then 1 out the back. So really be 6 shooting positions. But there'll be 4. The turret will be up, and the 3 side guns will be ready to rock and roll.
It's the Magic Spool Bus Compton edition.
You know what I gotta do? I gotta get like some of those songs and just put them over the PA.
Yeah.
The wheels on the bus go pew pew pew. Burn. With that being said, guys, we're probably going to end up a little bit early tonight. So if you guys have any other questions, concerns, hit us with them real quick. And then after that, we're going to, that's because we are going to celebrate our birthday siblings. Being birthday siblings, that's right. There's going to be a few birthdays out there. Hey, Joker. Oh, yes. Call sign Diesel. I need that. Oh, God, I need that. Send it here. If you could put it up on like a Google Drive. Mother puss bucket. What the fuck, Restream? One second.
While he's fiddling with that, anybody else got any questions about Geigerlands or any tech questions I can field while we're here?
Sorry about that. Let's try this again. All right, call sign Diesel. If you have like Google Drive, Dropbox, or something like that, throw it up there. Oh, I can't wait it.
Do it. Do it now.
Do it now. Well, the bus is not going to be moving, so the bus can be shot at. Although, grenades and tag rounds, the launch. Let's talk about that for 1 second because evidently people were a little bit confused. Tag launchables, no, because those are only considered anti-personnel devices, and we've seen too many people have grenades blow up in people's faces and just destroy iPro.
Sorry.
So
anti-vehicle and equipment, not personnel. Yeah,
yes, I'm sorry. The launchable tag-ins should not be used as anti-personnel. Period. The tag-in grenades, the Tag 67s, the AFG 4s, those are all fine. But if it shoots out of a tube and goes flying, no. How about the 40 mic?
No. The 40 mic, no. The master mic, yes. The difference is the 40 mic, hear me out. The 40 mic is the solid beam spread. The master mic is the shower shell. However, minimum engagement distance on the shower shells. Because I tested these out this past week, and if you don't shoot somebody at 30 fucking feet with the master mic, it's not bad. Within 30 feet, it's like getting slapped in the face with a cinder block.
What he said.
So if it's the 40 mic that just dumps in a straight line for no reason whatsoever, no.
By the way, mine says master mic that does that.
Yours is the straight line?
Yeah, I can go grab it.
Hold on.
I have a 40 mic and a master mic. They both do the same thing.
Yeah, I've got a master mic. Mine spreads.
I can go grab it. Call sign Diesel, please tell me you have that pylon. I want to see that pylon. I want to see you guys there was a whole bunch of people up there that jumped on top of me. It was great. It was fantastic.
No, it's there for everybody.
Especially if I started shooting people's legs. I have two, Mike. Michael. That's Michael Gregory, by the way. That's saying that. I have two, and Airsoft Innovations, man, they just make stuff to get banned. That's I think what they're doing is they have a giggle fest of what can we get banned next. You know what? I think. Is it down here? So much shit has fallen behind my desk lately. Oh, my sunglasses are down. My glasses are down there for sure. But to answer the question, I have them, and I've used them all of 3 times on the field.
Okay, so I'm going off their own website here. The 40 mic is a straight line beam. The master mic is a spread. However, it's only the blue master mic, and there's also a red master mic.
Call sign Needle. I'm working on it as fast as I can. Hey, brother, if it's not up today, I will definitely add it on Thursday's stream just to show that off because the Capture Nikolai is going to be a thing moving forward. It's going to be part of probably every Milsim event that we have. I really enjoyed that level of interaction, and definitely throughout the day, the interactions increased. I realized tan had it easy, or green had it easy. When they captured me the first time, I didn't fight nearly as hard as I did with tan. But that will be changing for the future. Nobody's gonna be taking me that easily again. I got to give Green credit. They took me out the fastest to capture Nikolai to date. That group that took me out in the basement. He was wearing nods. He came around that corner too quick and caught me, and his gun hurt. It's right there. You guys can't see it.
So going off their own documentation on their website about these, the 40 mic is the one that shoots a P stream of BBs. Those are no. The master mic, if you have the shower shell one with spread, yes. But apparently there's also another master mic that does the laser beam. No.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
a shower shell. Awesome. You're going to have a minimum engagement distance.
Yeah, they're two different sizes. One's like that and one's like that. So there's like a difference in size between the two that I have. That's what I'm saying. I know I have the 40 mic.
They're showing 3. There's a master mic and a 40 mic that's the same size as the master mic's the same size as the 40 mic that's doing a shower shell, and it looks like the other one is slightly smaller, but it still does a straight line. It's just less BBs than the other one.
Yeah, it's that. I was like, they're fun to use. Don't get me wrong. It's a
yeah. So shower shells, yes. Laser beam of doom, no. Thank you.
By the way, that's how you spell Nikolai. Gert. Mini A110.
That's called the Flak 10.
Fuck that gun too.
Which is also banned.
Yeah.
As well as the Flak 5.
So I'm seeing if Diesel can get it up fast enough to where I can get access to it. If I can get it downloaded quick enough, we could play it. About how much time left, Diesel. But let's talk about the DT4 for a second. I started to bring this up because somebody copped an attitude with me on the other page. Why was an AA12 allowed, but not my DT4? Well, let's talk about that, shall we? Because this one irks me just a touch. A DT4, if you have two EMP1 mags, PTS EMP1s, is 500 rounds you now have locked inside of the gun. All right, 250 each side. That trigger is pretty quick for the DT4. It's got, 26, 27 rounds per second out of the box?
Out of the box, yeah.
Yeah. Per side. So really, you're getting hit with it's a 48 to 52 RPS gun because you get shot twice. Shotguns by nature have a spread. They spread out. Even the AA12, even if you get all 3 nozzles perfectly aligned, they still spread.
And that's because of how the base nozzles are aligned. But yeah, anyway.
With a K, not a C. I use a K for Nikolai. So the problem that comes up with even I'm using the AA12 because it's an automatic shotgun that you can put a drum mag on, so you have 1,000 rounds inside of it. The rate of fire that's there is 14 to 15 RPS, and we're talking about all 3 shots, because unless you, so I'm talking about out of the box. Okay, you said it was shared. Give me 1 second. Let me see if I can find it. So because I have an AA12 that I used. It's not like it's like a DT4 that's going. It goes boom, 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 boom. So it's not. Got it. Open Sesame. Download anyway.
And also, at the point of a DT4 with 2 EPM1s in it, that's a submachine gun.
Yeah.
Just. And honestly, either way, at this point, with the way things are going, they're still banned. If you have a problem with it, you can email me at no.gmail.com.
So, the AA12, it's the hits like, and you're only getting 3 shots. So really, every second you only get about 3 trigger pulls on that. Like if you're holding it down, it only fires 3 times. So 3 shots. So it's like 9 to 12 rounds.
And honestly, the AA12 is limited by air volume, so you're not going to get ridiculous FPS out of it anyway.
That was the next thing. They only have an effective range of maybe 100 feet before the power starts dropping on them. In fact, the FPS is only about 300 FPS when it comes down to the AA12. like I said, I actually have one that I use on the channel, so you can actually get a really good feel for the content that like how they shoot. So even the
So they're 260 out the box.
260 out the box for an AA-12.
Yeah.
Now you can HPA it, and you can get that rate of fire slightly higher, but you still have an air volume problem, and it's not. I mean, you could probably get, I guess, it jacked up a little bit higher. So let's say you get them. Let's say you get all 3 barrels up to 400 FPS. You're still going to have the spread situation. You're still not going to be doing anywhere close to 50 to 48 to 52 rounds per second. Sorry, not going to happen. The DT4s have an effective range of 240 feet, 220 to 240 feet, not upgraded. You upgrade that thing, stronger springs, D-hop barrels, better compression, everything else, and you're shooting at 400 instead of the 350 it comes with, and you now have a range of over 300 feet. Every single shot, no matter what, you're getting hit with 2 BBs, no matter if you're 5 feet away or if you're 300 feet away. That's why they're not allowed.
So the DT4 is 385 SPS out the box.
I thought it was 350, but okay, 385 FPS. So they've increased it.
Jesus. And that's out of each barrel. Whereas the AA-12, it's one volume of air that has to be divided between 3 barrels. So your joules on the end are going to be almost negligible comparatively.
Yeah. So that's the reason why their DT-12 is not allowed, or DT-4 is not allowed. The amount of impact that you get from a DT-4, I was shot with them when they first came out. They had Airsoft Palooza at High Ground. I was up against Desert Fox that had one. I want to say Alphonse had one, and
I think all of the celebs had one at that event because they just gave them out like candy for a bit.
Yeah, and I think so did Asian with Hat. All had one. So I'm getting shot, and so I've been hit with that gun. I know how bad they hurt at a distance. Yeah, they're not. They're just not. No, just no. We're not going to do that. What's the worst quality guns you guys used out of the box? Hands down, it was a Lancer Tactical Gen 3.
Anything made by APS.
All right, I got the video. Let's see.
That's twice. He got fucking knife out of his hand. He's got one knife.
All right, I gotta put this up.
Mean, without context, that totally sounds like Pornhub.
Let's see here, local video.
All right, we got 2 minutes. We're going to go out in style or what?
Yeah, we're gonna go out in style. I'm pulling up the Nikolai video right now. God damn it, it's not working. Oh wait, maybe it did.
Dead twice. Get that fucking knife out of his hand. He's got one more knife. Get the knife. Check in for weapons now. Check in for weapons.
Do not get trigger happy.
Hey, keep an eye on Blue, though.
Hey, check my stick. Where's my stick? Have you been healed yet?
Blue turned on us a minute ago. So.
Shoot down! Shoot his ass! Take it!
I was gonna say, not everyone focus on him.
Did we hear pineapple juice yet? Blind man! Game on!
Game on!
Guys.
Medic.
Oh, I wish it was longer.
That's what she said.
The firing that you heard was me getting a hold of a gun, shooting other players. Do you see how many people were on me? Hold on.
I love the fact that they're all yelling orders to search you, but nobody moved to do it. Except
they were too scared. Look at that. Look how many people. Oh God, so great. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, 8 guys. 8 guys. And that right there is, I think, when I grabbed the gun. the shoot the shoot at him. The only time, dude, I know what was with GoPros dying during this interaction. So let's see, how many people are wearing GoPros in that video? I think that dude's wearing one in the back. God, was that just hilarious? Like, I call Blind Man because they ripped my iPro off. So
They have to check it for weapons.
that was like some of the best experience I had at Airsoft so far. So I wanted to, I wanted to thank everybody that made that event possible and those fun ass experiences that we had. So with that being said, thank you very much, Call Sign Diesel. When I do the tan, I've already cut the video for Cartel. I'm going to upload that tomorrow, so people can see like the interaction with the Cartel. DEA is going to be pissed off because we're like, you didn't fight nearly as hard as you fought with us. But I'll add that in there, Decent. I'll give you a shout out when I do for the link. So thank you for that. So it is now 3 hours and 2 minutes and 18 seconds. I'm going to go finish up my food. I'm going to go say goodnight to my wife and kids. So with that being said, that's our show for tonight. Come back Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern. We're going to be talking nothing but Geigerlands and power armor, how to build power armor, weapons, and everything else. Thank you all for an awesome first event. Awesome Diesel. Hopefully we'll see you out there at Geigerlands. So come join us for that stream, guys, because I'm sure we'll be talking about some of this. We'll be talking about Geigerlands in full. So until next time, I'm Joker from Players Wanted. With me is the man with the hawk, the king of the high kappas, Virtue from Crucible. And until next time, may your BBs fly true and your opponents always